afternoon.
We are so neglected. We don't even get a big fancy open for Morales anymore.
Well, he sent a message today that he's in the term for my bartending days. He's in the weeds.
In the weeds, yes. Which I get.
There's a lot going on. It's okay.
And of course, Sunday, and this is one of the things he's getting ready for, is SC versus LSU in Vegas. Our coverage will start at 2:30 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. It's all presented by Invesco QQQ. Invesco QQQ is the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans. The future isn't scary. Not realizing its potential, however, could be Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility and Invesco. I don't think I read that right, did I? Invesco QQQ.
I don't
Yeah, no, you did.
QQQ.
That's exactly what you're supposed to say. That's what the TV ads
That's what it
say.
says. Okay, got it. So
right.
I'm very excited for Sunday. I'm very excited for football season in general. I've been consuming so much football. I watched Good Morning Football. I actually turned off.
Good Morning Football moved out here. It's in LA.
Yeah.
now.
So I watched Good Morning Football a couple of days a week, and then I watch Greenberg the rest of the time. I'm a huge Get Up fan too.
The only difference between me and you on Get Up is I watch it live. You watch the replay.
9. I watch it at 9.
I watch it at 5.
Yeah. The schedule's all going to have to change. Like, I tried to get here at the actual time today, and I still didn't get here in time.
You got here at 11:30.
I guess 11:30 is about right.
That's fine.
but
we're starting in a couple of weeks. We go at 12.
I know. I'm excited for that now. I'm pumped.
So, according to your rules, since you said that we have to have our meeting at 12:15, you have to be here by 11:15.
Wait a minute. Did I?
Yes,
that was
you.
No,
said that was
I didn't
your
say, that's
rule.
yours.
That was your rule.
Really?
And I was just making sure it happened because you stopped showing up until 45.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to make me be here
like
at
everybody else.
15, yeah, but not you. You wanted to be here at 12:15.
I do, and I will be here at 11:15 every day.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Commitment.
So, the Ernest Jones thing is so messed up, and these guys talked about it, but with 10...
Yeah, you and I, this is a natural disagreement between you and I. You always say if you got somebody under contract, hold their feet to the fire, tell them to go pound sand.
Yeah.
I go to the Jerry West school that says, if you don't want to be here, just tell me, and I'll get rid of you. I don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be here.
So I would argue that they've gone from a B-plus defense to a C-plus defense.
For now.
With Ernest Jones gone. That's not good. 10 days before the season is a terrible time for this thing to come down. And the only reason, and if Jerry West was in this, the late, great Jerry West was in this position, if it was like 10 days before the season, I don't know that he's necessarily making gigantic moves.
I'm going to look something up, but I'm pretty sure he traded Nick Van Exel, gave him some attitude.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he traded him either right before the season started or right after the season started. I'm going to look it up.
Okay, got it.
But and Nick Van Exel was obviously, combustible.
Sure.
I don't know if I don't know if you can say that about Ernest Jones. Ernest Jones just wanted more money.
He wants the bag. He wants the bag. And as Bergman and I were looking up today, the Rams have gone through a lot of middle linebackers, even since they've been in Los Angeles. I don't think they value the position.
No, I don't think they value it at all. So since James Laurinaitis was the guy in St. Louis, since then I think they've had like 4, 5, 6 different middle linebackers.
They've just gone through
Alec
guys.
Ogletree, I think Reeder was there last year. There's been a couple different guys.
Right. And I think if they don't value the position, part of it I looked at it and I said,
I'm wrong. They traded him on draft night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they traded him in the summer.
In the case of Jones, 143 tackles last year, but I guess in their minds, if you play middle linebacker, you're going to run into 120 tackles, right? Because of where you're playing on the field. So, obviously, the Rams have made that move today. They trade Ernest Jones to Tennessee after he asked to work out a trade. And the other concern for the Rams is offensive line. Let's see, Alaric Jackson has been suspended for 2 games. We don't know.
I just assumed it was PEDs. Is that a bad assumption?
PEDs is a longer suspension generally. I think that's
Usually
like a 6-game suspension.
6 games, I believe it is. But yeah, this only says it's a 2-game suspension. So nobody knows what it. But that's something the Rams also do. They don't actually tell you what the people do when they do something wrong.
Right. Everything is kept under wraps and quiet and internal, in-house.
And you never find out for the most part. He's just going to come back after 2 games, and then everything's done.
So that means they're going to have Joe Noteboom at left tackle and hopefully Rob Havenstein at right tackle. He's got a foot thing. Everybody else appears to be healthy and ready to go for the start of the 2024 season. Really tough opener at Detroit to open things up.
So if you're talking about the defense, though, so now you've lost your middle linebacker, which still, Ireland, maybe you can explain it. I don't know why they just don't value that middle linebacker position. When did that happen? When did middle linebacker become just a nothing position?
Well, do you guys know, did the Rams play a 3-4 or 4-3?
They play a 3-4, but it also changes.
So if you're playing a 3-4, the middle linebacker isn't as important because you have 4 linebackers.
They changed formations. They play 3-4-4-3. They play nickel. They do all of it.
I mean, Ernest wore the dot.
Yep, which is he's your
which
most
is
important.
Big. That means somebody else, and DeMarco said yesterday maybe Jared Verse wears the dot.
This morning
rookie.
he said it
rookie.
also. But he's a rookie. How can you do
Apparently
that?
he has been destroying people at camp.
Yeah.
I mean, like they may have landed on something here.
Yeah.
It could be, but you now have on your ends, you have 2 rookies. And they're both supposed to be really good in Braden Fisk and Jared
Verse.
Yeah, the days are over where you don't play your rookies right out of the gate. Everybody's doing that now. Like even at quarterback. Like Bo Nix is going to start.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is going to start.
Yeah.
Like remember when you and I were growing up, if you drafted a quarterback out,
he sat.
Even like Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years.
Yeah, there's no time to do it now.
Yeah, it's
apparently unless you're Green Bay. And then you can sit guys for as long as you want. Hey, I've actually got, this is good coming up. I've got the odds for Rookie of the Year in the NFL. There are some risers and there are some fallers, and one that you're not going to be happy about.
Okay.
That is coming up for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Tera. My mom, Myrna, was at Tera yesterday. She's taking some of her girlfriends down there coming up. She wanted to go scout it out, and I talked to her today, and she was raving about the customer service at Tera. I'm dealing with Chad Bustos and Ralph Grippo and Andrea and all the people down there. And that's the general vibe when you go to Tera. I know all these people personally. As you guys know, I spend over 100 nights a year in hotels. There is no place like Tera. It's the best-kept secret in Southern California. It is an oceanside resort in Rancho Palos Verdes where they have everything. They have 5 different swimming pools, 4 award-winning restaurants, a spa. Once you go there, you never have to leave. And so Mace talked earlier about how he's got a celebration coming up. He's going to Hawaii. You can go to Tera and it's like going to Hawaii without getting on a plane. You save all that, and go ahead and look up the plane fare to Hawaii these days. It ain't cheap. So take a look at Teranea.com, Terranea, Teranea.com. It'll answer any questions that you have. If you're trying to get one more getaway in before the end of the summer, before the kids go back to school, or you want to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything, you got people back east that are coming out, you don't have room for them at your house, send them to Teranea. It's an experience they'll never forget. Teranea, Teranea.com.
And local LA sports talk. It also means we're going to be live in Morning Drive. Unsportsmanlike gets it rolling 3 to 7 a.m., Greeny 7 to 9 a.m., and then the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins with Travis and Sleva an hour earlier, 9 a.m., starting Monday, September 9th.
Hi, it's Greeny. Doesn't the Southland deserve Morning Drive to be live?
Monday, September 9th.
Talk to you soon, right here on 710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap, and let me talk to you yet again about my favorite app, Prize Picks. I want you to download the Prize Picks app. I want you to use my code Cappy, and here's what's going on right now. You can win 100 times your money, 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. How about if you could turn $10 into $1,000 and you can do it? Now, here's the best part right now. When you download the Prize Picks app and you use my code Cappy, you are going to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even have to win. So imagine that. You put a couple bucks into your Prize Picks account. You've downloaded the app. You've used my code Cappy. You make a $5 play, and you get $50 instantly. Whether you win or lose, it's a guaranteed bonus. And get ready for the football season because Caleb Williams passing gets you 1 win every week because it's a free square during September because Caleb Williams is going to pass for more than half a yard, and they're going to hook you up every week in September. Download Prize Picks. Use my code Cappy. Do it now.
Hey, it's Travis.
And Slee. By now you have heard about our good friends at the law office of Joseph S. Normand.
When my son Bobby was in an accident, we called Joe and he hit it out of the park. That's why I trust Joe.
No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to them can and will be used against you. Joe and his team will treat you like family, get you the medical attention you need, and the max compensation you deserve.
Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com.
The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Be the ultimate insider with the official app of the NFL. Get closer to the NFL action all season long with access to the latest NFL news, highlights, insider analysis, and more. Plus, go deeper into the game with NFL Plus and access live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile, and 24/7 NFL Network. You'll also get access to NFL Red Zone and game replays with NFL Plus Premium. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
I believe this is the yacht rock version of Metallica, Enter Sandman.
It is.
Yeah, this is my favorite yacht rock song now. I want to hear this on the Yacht Rock channel, Ireland. What do you think?
Why not?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Is it really?
Absolutely. This is like a Metallica cover. I love this.
Did somebody tweet
trying
this
to
at
hear
you?
it.
Yeah, somebody tweeted
okay.
this. Yeah.
They sent it to me, I think, too. And I'm like, this is interesting.
Oh, exit line.
Isn't that awesome?
Enter night. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So Bergman and I were talking about Burning Man. Now, you never went to Burning Man's going on right now out in the desert somewhere. Have you been to Burning Man?
No, I refuse to go. But my refugee family friends,
yes,
they went there every single year for 8 to 10 years.
Okay, I want to ask the most ridiculous question ever.
Yeah,
John, have you ever been to Burning Man?
I have not.
Yeah.
Lisa has.
No way.
Really?
Oh.
Lisa went to Burning Man?
She's been to Burning Man. She's been to Stagecoach. And what's the what?
Coachella.
Country Westerns?
Coachella?
Yeah, she's been to all three.
Stagecoach is the country western.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
been
right.
to all three.
But Burning Man is a little bit different.
Is Burning Man
Man-
like Woodstock?
Well,
big,
it's
no
everybody-
music.
it's-
I mean, there might be music there.
There's like drugs and art.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Well, art and
emphasis,
drugs. Maybe
emphasis
art
on
comes
drugs.
first.
No,
Yeah.
no, drugs come first.
Drugs first and then art?
Then art. Yeah.
Now, was Lisa on the drugs when she was
On
at
the
the
Molly?
Burning Man?
Maybe I'm wrong then. I thought it was music. I thought music was
No.
This
Then
is-
maybe she's never been.
Yeah, this is out in the desert. I actually think I would be surprised if Lisa had
I don't
ever
think
been
she
to
has
Burning Man.
been.
It's you got to live in a tent for a few days.
Well, she would go glamping, but not camping.
Yeah, I don't
she's
know
like
if-
me.
Yeah, but Burning Man, I've always wondered about and thought it would be fun to go to. Brian, you've never been, right?
Never been.
Is
Have
that your
a bunch
scene?
of friends, close to my scene.
Yeah? That
a
is
bunch
your
of
scene
friends
for sure.
have gone there, especially the college days. I had a bunch of my roommate went, so I've heard a lot of stories.
I
but,
bet. Yeah,
nah,
so
it looked a little too crazy for me, honestly.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, so Ireland, we were talking a little bit about some of the rookies in the NFL, and I've got some. According to Vegas, some risers and some fallers.
So I'm guessing Caleb Williams is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
Caleb Williams is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. In fact, the odds have gotten better. He's gone from 3-1 to 2-1.
Okay.
So he is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Here are the risers. Caleb Williams actually went from 3-1 to 3-2. So he's the favorite.
Bo Nix right behind him.
Daniels. Jaden
Daniels.
Daniels went from 9-1 to 5-1. Then Bo Nix is now at 9-1. Keon Coleman from Buffalo is at 15-1. And this is interesting. Ladd McConkey, who is going to be the third receiver for the Chargers, has gone from 100-1 to 33-1.
You know why? They don't have a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, I know. It's like
you can say going to be the third receiver for the Chargers, Brian. He could be the one.
He might be the most talented one.
He's going to be. Yeah, they say he's going to play in the slot, but they really
I listened to a fantasy
receivers.
football podcast the other day, and some guy said draft Josh Palmer because they don't have anyone else to throw the ball to.
Yeah, right. They don't. They cleaned out the wide receiver room.
How is that team supposed to be good with no receivers?
Exactly, Brian.
Well, it's better than our team, Greg, who doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
We have great receivers.
They have
we
a
don't have anyone to
that
throw him the ball.
But Herbert has no one to throw it to.
Right, but we have you realize we have the opposite problem.
Yes, I'm not talking about the Raiders. I'm talking about the Chargers and how bad the Chargers are going to be.
See, you know who we've become? We've become the Clippers. When I worked for the Clippers, we used to say, sell the other team. Hey, your chance to see Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The Raiders are going to say, hey, your chance to come to the Roomba and see Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
No, you still can go there. We got that Brock Bowers. Come see Brock Bowers.
Oh, it's going to be
Devontae Adams. Gardner Minshew.
Oh, please.
So here are the
Get off the bandwagon. We don't need you.
The fallers, according to Vegas. Roma Dunze, who's the receiver
for the Bears,
has gone to 50-1 for some reason.
Probably Hard Knocks.
Drake, yeah, probably. Drake May has fallen from 16-1 to 28-1
because he's probably not going to start.
Michael Penix Jr. has fallen to 66-1. Brock Bowers, your boy, 50-1 to win Rookie of the Year.
There we go. I'll take that bet.
So here are the overall rookie odds. Caleb is at 3-2. Jaden Daniels 5-1. Marvin Harrison Jr. in Arizona 7-1. Malik Neighbors with the Giants 8-1. Bo Nix with the Broncos 9-1. Keon Coleman with Buffalo 15-1. Xavier Worthy 20-1. The receiver in Kansas City, fastest man in the league. Drake May 28-1, and Ladd McConkey, who could be the Chargers' leading receiver, is at 33-1. Those are the favorites for NFL Rookie of the Year.
By the way, you mentioned Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
All right. Everybody knows I went to UCLA. I'm not a big USC fan, but if you listen to the coverage of the USC LSU game, which is this Sunday at 4:30 at the Roomba, everybody's saying, "Well, USC's rebuilding. They lost Caleb Williams." And they've got a new quarterback in Miller Moss, and they need some time to get that up and running. How is that different from what's going on at LSU? They lost Jaden Daniels, who won the Heisman Trophy.
Exactly. I mean,
why are those things not equal?
Yeah, I think it's a totally fair point. And I think part of this is SEC bias. The Trojans are 4.5-point dogs. By the way, that line has moved from 8.5 to 6.5 to 4.5, so it's getting closer. And if you look at the Chargers, look at the Trojans, they've got maybe the best left tackle in the country. They've got, as you mentioned yesterday,
can the Rams borrow him on Sundays?
They could
for
use
2 weeks.
Jonah Monheim would be great. Yeah. They've got a quarterback who Lincoln Riley feels comfortable with. Zachariah Branch is going to be great. Here's a name, Woody Marks. Now, did we ever get Woody Marks on the show? We haven't.
No, we have to do that by Monday morning at noon.
Okay.
If you want to do that next week, Monday morning.
Okay, next week, Monday morning.
Or so we can't do it next week. So 2 weeks on Monday morning, tell me, and I will.
You'll get Woody Marks.
I will request it.
Okay.
There's a CEO in Lincoln Riley that has to choose whether or not he's allowed to or not.
Got it. Yeah, Woody Marks, I think, is going to have a big year transfer from Mississippi State. Here's one disturbing part of the Trojans from last season. John, they, as an offense, had a 7.3 yards per play.
Was that where did that rank in the Pac-12? Any
I don't
idea?
have any rankings, but I know they had 7.3 yards per play on offense, but they allowed 6.7 yards per play on defense.
Well, the story of Lincoln Riley so far, he's only been here 2 years. This is his third year. Is that he only coaches one side of the ball.
Right.
So Danton Lynn, who they got, that's Anthony Lynn's son, who was the UCLA defensive coordinator last year, is coming over to run the defense. I think that fixes, at least in theory, the defense problem. They're paying Danton Lynn to just handle that side of the ball.
Right.
And so theoretically, Lincoln Riley doesn't have to worry about it anymore. The number one knock on Lincoln Riley has been he doesn't care about defense, and he just had one of his friends run the defense, and his friend gave up 50 points a game.
Certainly did look that way. They must have been really good friends.
Now he has cut bait with that guy and brought in a real defensive coordinator. I don't know how I mean, I'm not.
They can only get better.
Right. I'm not blaming Lincoln Riley if the defense stinks now.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do, and now it'd be on D'Anton Lynn. D'Anton Lynn, if he has a big year defensively, he becomes the hottest young head coach candidate in the country.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I think, look, here's the thing. Sunday is a big measuring stick game for the Trojans. You know, there is such a swing between winning that game and losing that game. If you win that game, you have the entire town thinking maybe this is the year that the Trojans get everything back on track and head to the playoffs.
I almost think, Mace, it's so early in the season that you don't have to win it, but you have to be competitive. I'll give you an example. Last year, LSU. Do you know what LSU's record was last year?
I'll go 8-3.
They were 10-3.
10-3.
But never considered to be in the national championship conversation because they played in this game last year too, the big season opener, kickoff classic, whatever you call it. They lost 45-24 to Florida State.
Okay.
They got boat raced.
Right.
Nobody took them seriously the whole season. You can't have that happen.
Right.
But let's say the game's close and it's tied at 28 and LSU kicks a 50-yard field goal on the final play of the game.
Right.
I think then you say, okay, USC's got a national championship contender on their hands. But they can't get blown out. They can't do what LSU did last year.
Yeah, I think I think 2 losses in the Big Ten gets you into the playoff. Do you agree with that? If you're 10-2,
depends who you are, and it depends who you lose to. Because I think
don't you think every 10-2 team is going to be in the playoff? Like, I don't think a 3-loss team will be in the playoff, but I think there'll be undefeated 1-loss and 2-loss teams.
You're forgetting about other teams like Tulane that are outside the Power 4
but they won't
now.
necessarily be in the top 12.
They probably will be because they'll have 0 losses. Like Tulane is not a Power 5 school, but they had 0 losses.
So I'll just use LSU as an example. Okay. LSU last year was ranked 5th in the preseason poll.
Right.
Got blown out by Florida State. They never got back into the top 12.
Right.
The highest they got was 13th. But they never, so you can't
recover from it.
Blown out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I want to tell you that the ESPN LA Golf Classic is coming up. The 11th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Proceeds benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research, and once again, the event is sold out for golf. Special thanks to Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door. Visit CaliforniaChooseChill.com to learn more. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. You know, I want to tell you about a little poker I've been playing. So I was out there late Sunday, and did not have a good night, unfortunately. And it happens. I had a good night. At Commerce Casino, you have a good night even if you don't have a good night. How about that? Largest poker room in the world. Best poker action in all of Southern California, guaranteed. And there's always a seat for you at the Commerce, maybe even next to me. Commerce Casino, paying out over $20 million in jackpots this year. They're daily tournaments. Just head in, playing a daily tournament. If you want to stay, beautiful hotel rooms. My mom and not stepdad Leo stayed there for the Mandy Awards. Professional, friendly staff. They are located 6131 Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, visit commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I will see you at the Commerce, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Starting Monday, September.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball. So almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Interesting that it lands on this one.
That's so weird.
Well, the reason is
Yeah.
we did talk about when things end, maybe they should end. We talked about Ted Lasso yesterday.
Yes.
End
So-
it.
End it.
And
Don't come back.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I will watch when they come
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I will
so,
not.
Quentin Tarantino actually agrees with Greg and I was going to say Greg and Bergman, Mason and Greg.
Okay.
Because he was asked about movies and trilogies with Bill Maher on his podcast Club Random, and he said that Toy Story 3 is one of the most magnificent movies he's ever seen. He said if you've
4's
seen
not bad either.
Yeah.
well, wait for it, John.
3
He
made me
said-
cry at the
He
end.
said if you've seen the other 2, it's just devastating. But the thing is, then 3 years later or something like that, they did a 4th. I have no desire to see it. You literally ended the story as perfect as you could. So no, I don't care if it's good. I'm done. So I want to know, have you guys refused to see a movie, whether it's like 2, 3, or 4, because you felt whatever last one you saw was the best it could have been?
All right, it's sort of. After Game of Thrones, I can't do House of Dragon, at least not yet. I may
It's
get
so
there
good.
one
It's
day.
So
But
so
I was,
good.
you guys know I was very reluctant to do Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Then you guys all made
And
me
you
do
loved
it,
it.
and I loved it. But I think that's all I can take.
You're never going to go back to House of the Dragon?
I don't know.
Oh, it's
but
so
right
good.
now I have no desire to see it.
I was like you, and I refused to watch House of the Dragon. I just watched it this year, and it was so good.
Yeah, maybe I'll get there one day.
I'm kind of a sucker. I see the sequels, even though they piss me off, like Dune, Dune 2. First of all, the first Dune, the story just ends, and you've got to wait 2 years for Dune 2, and then you got to wait another 2 years for Dune 3. It's like, I don't have that kind of time. And like Fast and the Furious is the same. Fast and the Furious, that last one ended with everybody in peril, and then it was just like the credits rolled, and you have to wait 2 years to see what happened with Fast and the Furious. Ludacris looks like he's in a plane that's going to crash.
And they're in space in that one, too, right?
No, space was two episodes ago.
That's the jumping of the shark moment.
They got the car on the International Space Station, which was fantastic. Mission Impossible. Again, they stop right in the middle and you wait 2 years for it. So I'm pissed off by that aspect of it, but I think I always do go back and see how it ends.
Yeah, I'm like you. I'll see pretty much I saw Caddyshack 2.
Arguably Greg, the worst secret
Apologies.
sequel ever.
Yeah.
But I still watched
Coming
it.
to America, too.
Yeah, Coming to America. Watched it. Not great. So, I will still watch the sequel, even though I know it's not. I watched the Axel Foley 4. That was actually pretty good.
I liked it.
Bad Boys was better.
I haven't seen the
Bad
newest.
Boys
I haven't
was really
seen the
good, I
fourth
thought.
one,
It
but
made me laugh a lot.
Bad Boys for Life when that.
That one was not bad.
That wasn't bad.
No, it was just some Bad Boys Ride or Die. I think it's very funny.
If it's there, I'm watching it. Why not?
So I was flipping channels the other night, and I ended up on the movie Boomerang. You guys ever seen
it?
Oh,
yeah, sure. It's
really
great.
Good.
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
a good
good
one.
And I decided, you know how every once in a while, you will get an actor or an actress where they're at their absolute peak physically. Like they look
physically, they look great.
Like the first time I ever saw Sharon Stone was in Total Recall with Schwarzenegger.
My goodness!
And I went, I think that's the best looking woman
Although
I've ever
I think
seen.
Fatal Attraction was.
It was after that.
Yeah, I think that's where she was at her
but
peak.
I mean, I thought to myself, that woman is stunning. Robin Givens,
yes,
in Boomerang, is you can't take your eyes off.
Right.
She's like. She just owns that movie.
Right.
And so by the time you're done, I'm like, whatever happened to her? And the answer is Mike Tyson.
Yeah, sure.
She married Mike Tyson.
Right.
Remember, they broke up. She sued him for money, got a bunch of his money, and I think just went on her merry way. But boy, that was she didn't do any real big movies
What's
after
Bill
that.
Simmons called that their apex moment or whatever?
That's her apex mountain.
Yeah.
Is Boomerang.
So when was your physically attractive peak, in your opinion?
Hasn't happened yet. Hang on.
Bergman, you?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it.
Still working on it?
Yeah,
Brian?
it was probably about 20 years ago.
Brian, it'll be right after you shave your head.
No, 21 in college.
21 in college,
Yes.
that was
of course,
peak.
Yeah.
Laura, what about you?
Definitely working on it, but I feel like I'm better than I was when I was 21.
So for me, I think that the younger I was, the dorkier I was. So I've kind of outgrown my
and part of that
dorkiness.
too is as you get older, you own it more.
Yes,
your
true.
confidence goes up just because you're like, okay, this is what I got. I'm working.
This is what I'm working with, exactly. So interesting. Bergman does a joke all the time about what Bronny will call LeBron James when they're on the court.
So
Papa, pass me the ball, Papa.
That was his idea.
Please, Papa.
So if you're playing with your dad, what would you call him?
Hey, Pops.
No, I'd say, Dad, give me the ball. I would call him Dad.
No, you would not call him Dad on the court.
Why not?
You'd get ripped
Everybody
apart.
knows he's my dad.
No, it doesn't matter.
Is there anyone who doesn't know that LeBron is Bronny's dad?
Well, LeBron has answered this question about what Bronny will call him on the court. This was on The Shop with LeBron.
Have you thought through, not relationship, because you always be his dad, he'll always be his son, but what's your working relationship? Is he going to call you dad at practice in the locker room?
No, we already laid that. No, he can't. We already laid that down. He cannot call me dad in the workplace. All right. Once we leave out of the private facility and the gates close, I could be dad again. In the car, if we ride together. At home, I could be dad. No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Brian.
Okay.
Or, GOAT if he wants to. That's up to him. I mean, it's up to him. But it's easy for me. It's easy for me because I've been calling him Bronny for so long. Yeah. It's not like I've been calling, hey son. So it's easy for me. It's gonna be the adjustment for him. But we cannot be running down the court. And he'd be like, Dad, push the ball up. Dad, I'm open.
Dad, I'm open.
No, not do that.
So what's weird about that, because I'm in the travel party.
Yeah, right.
Everybody in the travel party calls LeBron Bron.
Right.
Everybody. So now we're going to have a Bron and a Bronny. It's only one syllable different. It's kind of, you and I dealt with this our whole lives.
Yeah.
You were a junior. You were a
I
third.
was a third, yeah. Steve
I was a
third.
junior. So when I was a kid, everybody called me Johnny. Were you Stevie as a kid?
Little Stevie, because my dad was Stevie.
Well, see, Little Stevie's cool because that's what Stevie Wonder was called.
Right. Or what I'm actually called is TT. That's
That's right. Your brother let that slip once.
Terrible
but
name.
Bron and Bronny is. I've never heard anyone call him 2-3.
No.
You just made reference to that. But everybody calls them, like, I'll say to our security guys, I'm friends with all the security guys, hey, you want to go to dinner with us tonight? And they'll say, no, I'm going to a thing with Bron. And so everybody calls him Bron.
Yeah.
It'll be Bron and Bronny. It'll be that's awful close, those two things.
How much will Bronny play?
All right. I'm glad you brought this up because I get asked this a lot. I think, Greg, look this up.
Jalen Hood-Schifino minutes?
How many minutes? How many minutes did Jalen Hood-Schifino play?
Average 6 minutes a game over the season.
No way.
He played
not
in
that
45 games and averaged 6 minutes, something like that.
He didn't average 6 minutes a game. No way.
Jalen Hood-Schifino is not Jalen Hood-James. Totally
right.
different.
No. But what I'm saying is that Jalen Hood-Schifino probably. What I'm more curious about is how many games did he play?
He played in 21 games.
I think that's your comp. So he played in a fourth of the games, 21 of 82.
Yes.
I'd be surprised.
109 minutes total.
All right. I'd be surprised if Bronny gets 100 minutes. I think that 100 minutes is a good over-under. If I set that over-under at the John Ireland Sportsbook, would you take the over or the under?
I'd take the over.
Way over.
I don't
Well,
think
not way over.
I don't think it's way over.
It's going to be over.
No, I don't. But I don't think it's way over.
He's going to play more.
He thinks he's going to play regular rotation.
No.
I mean,
No. It's going to probably be closer to like 8 to 10 minutes a game, but still going to get those.
How many
8 to 10
games?
minutes. Yeah, well, probably play 50, 60 games.
Yeah, I don't see him contributing that way. I mean, I think he's a project.
I think it's different. Contributing and playing are going to be two different things.
You don't think he's a project? That's an absolute fact. He is a project.
Right.
He's the 55th pick in the draft. Greg, here's another one for you to look up. How many minutes did Maxwell Lewis play last year?
I don't think he barely played any.
That's a better comp.
You think so?
Well,
Again,
because Maxwell Lewis was a second-round
James.
pick. Jalen Hood-Schifino was the first-round pick. Jalen Hood-Schifino was taken like 19th in the draft. Maxwell Lewis was in the second round. That's probably a better comp.
Maxwell
Did
Lewis
he hit
has
100
played,
minutes?
He's played 52 games. Oh no, that was in college.
34 games.
Did
34
he even
games.
play?
Yeah,
34 games.
How many minutes?
3 minutes per game.
No, but how many? Greg, see if you can find his
Total minutes?
I think 100 minutes is a good number. I don't think Maxwell Lewis played 100 minutes last year.
He's right at 100 minutes.
Right, that's your number.
Yeah, right at 100 minutes.
That's your over-under.
I think he goes over. In part because I think it will be really exciting and entertaining for fans.
But I think that the novelty wears off after the first time he does it. Like, you put him on the roster for opening night, you play him together for 5 minutes, you check that box, and then you go put him back into the player development program.
103 minutes.
Yeah, so 100's about right.
Right. And Bergman, you think
And by the way,
higher.
Maxwell Lewis and Jalen Hood-Schifino were more NBA ready than Bronny when they came in.
Right.
Bronny may pass him up eventually. But Rob and J.J. Redick have pulled no punches about this. They're like, look, he's a development project.
Right.
We are going to see what we can develop him into. And he's a great kid. He's got a great attitude. Like, Brian, did you put that John Sally stuff in? Okay. So listen to this. John Sally, who's a really smart guy.
Yeah.
Was at the airport and TMZ caught up to him.
Okay.
And TMZ said, kind of asked him the same thing we're talking about. Like, how do you think Bronny's going to do? Do you think there's going to be a lot of haters because people think he just got drafted because of his dad? And he said something that I completely agree with. Here's John Sally talking to TMZ.
Bronny being drafted to the Lakers.
I love that Bronny got drafted to the Lakers.
Okay.
And everybody talking all that smack. Hey, listen. If my dad had the power, if my dad was a leading scorer, if my dad was able to take a pay cut so I can get a check, it's like no other business.
So you don't think nothing wrong with it? You think all the haters should fight the noise?
What? Hey, they just mad they didn't think of it or could do it. You can put your child in a great position where he already doesn't need money. LeBron gave him everything he possibly can, but to have his own, And even if he doesn't pan out, he would have had the experience of playing with his dad.
So do you think that he's going to play a lot this season? That's been another conversation that he won't actually play.
We don't know. It don't make a difference if he plays.
Right.
He's on the team. He's one of the 12. I'm happy that he's 1 in a million American.
So, and by the way, Mace, isn't this how America works?
Yes.
I mean, you think about our company is run by a guy named Craig Karmazon. His dad was an icon in the broadcasting business. Now, Craig probably got opportunities because of Mel, but he has to take the ball and run with it.
Absolutely.
The guy I compare this, the best example of this anywhere is Noah Eagle.
Yeah.
Noah Eagle became the Clippers play-by-play announcer right out of Syracuse.
Yeah.
And he probably got that opportunity because he's Ian Eagle's kid.
Not probably. He definitely got the opportunity.
But then he killed it.
Yeah, no, he's great.
And now he's the lead announcer for NBC.
But here's the thing. If his dad wasn't Ian or Noah?
Ian.
If his dad wasn't Ian, he wouldn't be...
Completely agree with you.
He wouldn't be doing it right now.
I think we can all admit that if LeBron wasn't Bronny's dad, he wouldn't get drafted.
By the way, and this is true of people grow up with rich dads and then...
Well, how many times... James Dolan owns the Knicks because Jeannie Buss owns the Lakers because their fathers started the business.
Correct.
But they have to succeed or fail on their own.
Agreed.
Joe Buck is a great example of this.
Yep.
He got opportunities young because he was Jack Buck's kid, but he's just killed it.
Yeah.
And now he's, Joe Buck, by any measure, is one of the top play-by-play guys in the world.
See, I'm envious. I wish my dad...
Me too. And that's what John Sally was saying.
Yeah.
The hate from... I've been asking for months, guys, where is all this Bronny hate coming from? And John Sally summed it up in 30 seconds. It's jealousy. It's that we don't have dads that handed us the keys.
But a lot of other people do.
But I still say, if you can get that treatment, you can be handed that.
Yep.
But you better make it work.
Yep,
if you don't, you're going to get run out.
Yep.
Look at Jax Collinsworth.
Yeah.
They fast-tracked him, gave him the Notre Dame job. He flamed out.
Yep.
He wasn't good enough yet.
He was not good.
And maybe he will get good one day, but you can be given the keys to something too early.
Yeah, right.
And in broadcasting, in our business, you can't say no to those jobs. Noah Eagle couldn't say no to the Clippers when they said, hey, you want to come be our play-by-play guy?
Right.
But then when they got it, he worked his ass off, turned into a great play-by-play guy, and now he's one of the top 10 guys in the country.
Yeah, he is.
So the hate at Bronny is misdirected.
Correct.
It's anybody who's, and John Sally said it, anybody whose father could do that for his son would do it. But now it's up to Bronny.
Right. And I think that you can summarize the Bronny hate as, I wish my dad could have done that for me.
And that's an honest take.
Yeah.
Everybody else said, well, Bronny never would have got drafted, a nepotism, blah, blah, blah. Give it a
Tell me
rest.
the person that turns it down.
Right.
If your dad has got an edge for you, who says, oh, no, Dad, I want to make it on my own?
Now that he's been given the opportunity, he sinks or swims on his own.
Absolutely.
And let's see how he does.
All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti here. 877-710-ESPN. Anything is. We talked about a lot of stuff in the first hour. The Ernest Jones thing, the Rams, the Dodgers. By the way, we'll get back to some Dodgers. And the Bronny thing, all that stuff. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. We will get your calls in here next for Sports Graffiti. Mason and Ireland, 710-ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shadano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th. 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app. This fall, the new home of the USC Trojans.
The new home of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are back.
The USC Trojans play on LA's mega sports station.
That's right. USC football, USC men's basketball, and USC women's basketball are on 710 ESPN, coming this fall.
710 ESPN, the new home of the USC Trojans.
Development and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, sports graffiti time. And I think Ireland is going to do the honors today as we bring you on for, 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, however long you want to talk.
Yeah, 55 seconds, whatever it is.
Unless you're on Bluetooth or speaker, because I will drop you.
Good, Laura.
Oh, yeah, don't be on speaker.
All right, 877-710-3776. 877-710 ESPN. Here we go. Cash, you're the leadoff hitter today on Sports Graffiti. Cash, go.
I think most people are mad at Bronny because he hasn't really earned it, whereas like Griffey Jr. earned his way to the major league.
I would argue that did James Dolan earn anything? No. He was Jim Dolan's son, and now he's running the Knicks. Jeannie would tell you she was groomed from the time she was at USC to take over, but she would tell you, I wouldn't have got this opportunity without my dad. It's what you do with it when you're given it. Now, before, you can say that. You can say, well, he didn't earn it.
Right.
But it happens all the time in every business. Now, you can judge him on his own merits. Don, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Don.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to say real quick, I was on yesterday, and I was not on Bluetooth or speaker or anything else. It was just a horrible connection.
Okay, it happens. No worries.
And the reason I called is the whole Bronny thing. It's not a jealousy thing, and I get that nepotism happens, but it's the fact that he's not going to be one of the better players on the floor. That's what bothers me. I have nothing to do with
which second round pick do you think has had that level of impact that you're describing?
To be honest, I don't know.
Well, and Don, by the way, it's the back of the second round. It's the 55th pick.
I get that.
90% of the time, this guy doesn't make it in the NBA. 90%. So you can continue to point fingers at Bronny and say, didn't deserve it, nepotism, blah, blah, blah. But the Lakers are, and you can argue that this in a lot of ways is smart, are rolling the dice to say, well, look at Klay Thompson, all right? Look at the second-generation kid sometimes pops.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we'll see. Let's go to Eric. Eric, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. Great show, as always. John, I'm with you. Leso Morales and you guys' show is better for everybody. I got a great proposal.
All right.
What do you guys think about Morales goes to that other station and we bring Jake the Brick?
It's an interesting idea.
Okay, so wait a minute. We get Vic the Brick, and they get Morales.
Oh,
I don't know. What do you think, Mace?
Who
wins that trade?
I think we probably have to attach a pick to get them to take Morales. So, Bergman, can we do that? Can we attach a pick?
I will tell you this.
Awful trade.
Vic,
an awful
Vic
trade.
does not want to do all the behind-the-scenes
Come
stuff
on.
that Morales
Come on,
does.
VTB,
You
let's
just
go.
don't like what he says on the air, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But all the other stuff, it's a mess.
Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti. Big Rob, go.
What's up, guys? I'm going to say 3 points right quick. I'm about to tag all over y'all wall. First of all, I'm not mad at Bronny or J.J. Redick, you know what I'm saying, because the Lakers is built just to win in-season tournaments. And the last thing you guys was talking about the worst movies, Space Jam with LeBron James is the worst movie ever.
Okay, wait a minute.
Totally fair
Wait a minute.
point.
Rob, have you seen Caddyshack 2, the movie Greg was talking about?
No, I haven't.
It's
no.
worse than Space Jam New Legacy. It's worse. It's
it's bad.
You know what? I'm headed home now from work. I'm going to go and watch that on Netflix. And if it's worse than Space Jam?
Yeah, call us back after you watch it. You'll admit it. It's worse. They didn't have Rodney Dangerfield, and they didn't have Chevy Chase.
Yeah, who'd they get? They got
Jackie Mason, and he was terrible.
Yeah,
it was one of. By the way, another absolutely awful sequel.
Yeah,
like indescribably awful. And the first movie was so good. Legally Blonde 2.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Just awful.
It's just going back to the well.
Yeah.
You know, another. We can't think of anything else, so let's.
I thought Rocky 2 was good.
Rocky 2, all the Rockies have been good.
I thought
Rocky
that was good.
3 was good. Rocky 4 was good.
Jimbo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jimbo.
Good afternoon, all. So my first round pick for fantasy football might not play because Jamar Chase wants a new contract.
Right.
Why do all these holdouts only basically happen in the NFL?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, that's
Jimbo,
interesting.
you're
yeah.
not going to like the answer, but it actually makes sense. Very little guaranteed money in the NFL. Very little. So, for example, all these guys that got cut yesterday, it's not like they have to pay them. You know, if you're an elite quarterback now, those guys like Mahomes got a lot of guaranteed money in his deal. Deshaun Watson got the most guaranteed money ever. But for years, there was no guaranteed money in the NFL. So, Mace, if I sign a 10-year, $100 million contract and they cut me after the first year,
yep.
Didn't I just sign a $10 million contract?
Yeah, basically you did.
Yeah, so these guys have to hold out because their shelf life is shorter.
And on the subject of Jamar Chase, he went back to practice today, even though he doesn't have a deal. I got to think
he's been in practice every day. He's just not been practicing.
I think the CD Lamb contract sort of sets the market for Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I agree with you. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Here's some old school graffiti for you guys.
Okay.
So we thought Jordan's son was going to be a hooper, right? So he went to Whitney Young Magna High School in Chicago, right? But being that rich, he probably just didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, possibly. But
it's a cool thing that LeBron could play with the son. You know, do it if you can.
Yeah. And again, Bronny will be judged on his own merits, but if you people think Bronny's going to play 200 minutes this year and be part of the Laker rotation, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, no, it's going to take time to develop him, exactly. And that's, by the way, been the emphasis. They've talked about this a lot, player development. That's the focus with J.J. Redick.
Jim, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jim.
Steve, John, I'm a pretty religious listener, and maybe I missed this, but Steve?
Yes.
I thought you were going to the LSU-USC game in Las Vegas.
Oh, no, you got a better offer.
I got a much better offer. I'm going to be at Cosm, which is like this brand new place in Inglewood where you watch the game kind of in 3D on these gigantic screens. So I ended up doing that instead of going to Vegas. I want to see what this is like. I've not seen a football game there, but I hear it's extraordinary.
By the way, instead of spending a lot of money,
correct,
to go to Las Vegas, and you probably would have gambled and lost.
Oh, yeah.
So you're actually saving money,
exactly.
and you get to watch the game at Cosm.
Yes.
Let's take one more. Johnny, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Johnny.
Hey, guys. Mason, Ireland, Berg, Queen Laura. Berg, I just got Greg Bergman, Corporate Greg, just corporated me.
What do you mean?
I needed to be put on hold. I needed to be put on hold.
Okay.
I kept calling and hanging up because that's like my tactic from getting through.
Oh,
But
interesting.
you got through.
You did get through.
So wait,
You got
is-
through, and I put you on hold.
Okay.
All right, so
So
did
you
you want to
may remember
actually
this.
say something?
Yeah, Bert. So this is back Momo's birthday week. I called in and I said that Johnny I, you are banned from Raider Nation.
Okay. So what's your point? Because you don't like me telling you that the Raiders are stupid for going into the season without a quarterback?
Now it was funny. I had better delivery that day too. But Greg, DTR. There's rumors that DTR is on the trading block.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh,
I've heard that, by the way.
Let's go get him. Let's go get DTR.
I have heard,
Small
by the way,
hands DTR.
they are legitimately shopping DTR.
So I
Oh,
saw
come on,
early
man.
this morning.
If DTR
they're
goes to
keeping
the
him.
Raiders, I will shut up about the quarterback situation.
Are you serious?
Let's go.
I would not shut up about the quarterback
Well, we'll just
situation if
switch
DTR
roles.
goes there.
We'll just switch roles. You'd
That'd
rather have
I'd be like,
Gardner
now they have no
Minshew?
quarterback. They got rid of
I'd
the
rather have
quarterback.
Gardner Minshew than
100%.
DTR.
And also, by the way, Cleveland is keeping
Oh,
DTR.
they are?
All right,
Yeah.
so here's what I'll say about Gardner Minshew. I'm begging him to shut me up. I am begging him to shut me up. I remember when I came out and I buried Clayton Kershaw too early, and I know Kershaw had a bad outing last game.
Yeah.
I know that we still don't know if we can help the Dodgers in the playoffs, but I definitely buried him too early.
You had him going to an old folks'
Well, I
home.
just didn't want to see him go out like Steve Carlton.
Right.
You know, like Hall of Fame caliber pitcher getting lit up every time he went out on the mound.
Yeah. Everybody jumped on him after the first
If
couple
Gardner
of starts.
Minshew comes out in the first 4 games and starts whipping the ball around to Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers, if they beat Brian, your Los Angeles Chargers, I will shut up about the quarterback situation and say I was wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think you can go into a season and make 0 attempt to sign a quality quarterback, which is exactly what they've done. And I think they're the only team in the NFL that did it. Every other team either has a young guy that they're developing.
Or an established guy, yeah.
Or an established guy. The Raiders are like, don't need him, which is insane with a rookie head coach.
Yeah.
Insane.
I think new GM, rebuild. I mean, I've said this a lot. Bergman, it's a rebuild.
That's very much what it is. By bringing in Tom Telesco, he drafts very well in the first few rounds.
Yep.
I don't care what he does in the backgrounds. He drafts Pro Bowlers in the first few rounds. So give him some time.
And if
Greg,
he's a
I will
quarterback
be
next
happy
year-
if the Raiders win 7 games. I really will. I'll be happy if they win 7 games.
See, I totally disagree with that also. If,
7 and 10. Bring it
but
on
you-
home.
But that's where
Gardner.
you don't want to be. You
Yeah,
either
that's
want
a
to
good
be-
point. You either want to have 1 win or 10 wins.
12 wins.
I watch
No,
the
I don't
games. I
want
play to
7.
win the games. I went
Yeah.
to the Herm Edwards School. You really are rooting for the Raiders to lose?
No, I'm rooting for them to win. I want them to win
But-
8, 9,
But you
10,
know,
11
okay, well, wait a minute,
games.
though. Let's play that out. Do you think, honestly, the Raiders have a chance to go to the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. I mean, if they get hot, if they get to the playoffs and get hot, it's a possibility. But not right now. I don't.
Okay,
think they're a
so
Super Bowl
if you
team right
believe they
now.
can't go to the Super Bowl, why wouldn't you want them to lose every game? You
because
just said
I'm a
it.
Raider fan, I want them to win the game. So but you have the shot. Teams go from worst to first all the time.
Right, but so what you want then?
And they weren't worse last year.
Yeah, but if you're rooting for that, if you're rooting to get Shedeur Sanders, you should root against the Raiders.
If it gets to a point in the season where they're not very good, where if there's something like 3-9, yes, lose every
Okay, so
game.
I think it'll be
after
more
that.
like instead of 3-9, my fear is more like 1-11.
Let me.
Okay, well, fine.
By the
Then
way,
you have
1
a
and
top
11, you got a
pick.
draft pick.
That's great.
Yeah. By the way, where do you think Gardner Minshew ranked in QBR last year?
I would say right in the middle.
13th.
No, up high.
Yeah.
13th.
No, the middle would be 16.
That is better than Geno Smith, C.J. Stroud, Derek Carr, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow. Well, Joe Burrow was limited. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Sam Howell, down
Yeah,
the list.
Gardner Minshew, you know what he is?
The C.J. Stroud one is the
Lisa
easiest one.
hates this word.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Like if Lisa comes up, she goes, "What do you think of this dress?" And I say,
Don't say it's fine.
"Right, I've learned."
Say it's absolutely beautiful
I go,
on you.
no, I either say it looks great
Yeah.
or there are others you have I like better.
No, really?
Yeah, and she
How does she
appreciates
react to that?
Good. She goes, "That's what I thought."
I always say everything looks good.
But I will
That's
never
my rule.
say
Everything looks
Lie.
good.
That's the easy way.
No,
Yeah.
but Laura, isn't that lying?
Yes. I
Like,
don't like lying.
What Lisa told me was, I don't know if you're this way with Christian, Laura, but Lisa told me you have to be honest when I ask you this stuff
Yes.
because you're the only one who will be.
Oh, see, I'm
I'm
not
the same
honest.
way.
I'm
But
not
what?
honest. No.
Well, you're smart. You don't want to be yelled at
I don't
all
want to
night.
be. I don't want to
Yeah.
be yelled at. I don't want to be in the doghouse.
Brian
No.
Allison comes to you, says, "How does this dress look?" You do not like it. You don't think it looks good. What's your answer?
Oh, you look beautiful.
You go to the Mason School.
Yeah,
Right,
the
no,
Masons
right
go
there.
in there.
Greg, your girl comes to you, says, "What do you think of this dress?"
I would say,
And
like,
you don't like it. You think it
I
looks
go,
bad.
I like what you wore the other night better.
That's what I do.
No, you would
Yes.
say that?
You have other.
That's
you
like
have other things like.
that's like lights out.
What
That's
did I
no, but-
remember I
but
told
isn't
you
that a
guys
problem?
about my friend Danny, the casting director,
Yeah.
and he came up with that great line. Because he's got all, you know this, Mace, because you were an actor briefly. When you are on auditions, it's brutal.
Yes.
They audition 100 people for one role.
and it's 2 lines.
Yeah, and your agent's calling every day, and so agents.
Hopefully, by the way, your agent's calling every day.
The agent calls my friend Danny all the time, and if Danny says they're not getting this part or that didn't like him, what he will say is, "Hey, what'd you think of Steve Mason?
Yeah.
I heard the audition went well. What'd
Yeah.
you think? Is he maybe a fit for that role?" My friend Danny would say, "I think his best work is ahead of him."
That's an interesting answer. That's a very interesting
So maybe
answer.
not ready for this role, but maybe down the road.
Down the road.
And he had no interest in giving you the part at all.
Yeah,
But
no.
Your best work is ahead of
Is
you.
ahead of you. I like that.
But if like so for Lisa, if she she says I don't like the shirt you're wearing, you would just change it. Like
Right.
she's allowed to be honest with you. You should be allowed to be honest.
I am
with her.
honest with her.
Yeah.
Mason's the
No,
one. White
Mason
Mason
is doing
lies
it.
to one.
And also Brian, for Allison, you're about to get married. You're going to start it on lies.
It's not a lie.
If you told me she didn't like my shirt, I'd say I don't care.
They're white lies. White
No, they're
lies
not.
are
There's
okay.
no
It's a
such
white
thing.
lie. Laura, I love what you're wearing.
I'm with Laura. There's no such
Are you
thing.
saying you don't like what she's
No, I
wearing?
love what she's
Oh, that was
wearing.
a lie. You
Today.
said a
Love what
lie.
she's wearing.
You don't like her shirt? That's crazy. I like that shirt.
Awesome.
Crazy shirt. I
How
love
dare
that.
you, Mason?
By the way, Mace, isn't Laura right?
shoes on,
A
too.
lie is, there's no such thing as white lies. It's either a lie or it's not.
No, there are white lies, harmless
No.
lies.
What's a harmless lie?
You look great in that dress.
And
It's
then
a
she goes
harmless
out,
white
and,
lie.
and her best friend goes, "Oof, you should not have worn that dress."
Who
and then she
the
turns
hell
around
has
and
that
slaps
dress?
you.
Yeah.
Mace told me it looked great.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
everybody knows I have bad taste.
Where's your ascot?
Don't trust me. All right,
I had
coming
to
up.
wear an ascot to Laker Media
Right, you
Day
did
one
one
Oh,
year.
year.
you did. That's
That was
right. That was
awesome.
funny.
I lost a bet and had to wear an ascot
That's
to Laker
crazy.
Media Day. Remember we asked Magic Johnson, "Hey, honest answer, what do you think of this?" And he goes, "I've seen you look better."
Yeah, see that?
See?
No,
That's
he
fine.
actually-
But that's truthful. That's not a lie.
No, that's not a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked great when
No,
you
you
wore the
didn't.
ascot.
That's a lie.
I
Just
thought
like
it
you
looked-
like Laura's sweater.
I love
still
Laura's sweater.
disappointed
I
in
think
Mace
it's
right
actually
now.
a really cool sweater with the person on it.
Do you know who this is?
No, I only got a glance at it. Who is it?
Oh, that's a Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I only got a glance at it.
Big
So,
Papa.
all right. Next Friday is the 11th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by Coors Light at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Even if you're not golfing, you can come on out, party with us starting at 4 o'clock for the 19th hole party on the balcony of Derek's Grill overlooking the 18th green. It is free. It is open to the public. Special thanks to Shake Shack for making the 19th hole party possible. Shake Shack serves delicious, made-to-order Angus beef burgers, crispy chicken, hand-spun milkshakes, beer, wine, and more using only the best ingredients. That's next Friday, our 19th hole party at Black Gold. All right, let me tell you about my buddy Jacob Romrani. He's actually coming in here today, I think. He's going to play a game of games with us.
Scheduled to appear.
That's right. And so, a friend asked me, actually, I'm going to throw away the script for right now. So I had a friend of mine gets into an accident, and she called Juan, and Juan said, "You got to talk to Mace," and Mace said, "You got to talk to Jacob." So I found a way to get her to Jacob so that he could take care of her case, and he took care of everything. Jacob talked to the insurance company. He handled the rental car. He handled the fixing the car, doctor's appointments, all that stuff. And you know what? She's waiting, but it looks like she's going to get a great settlement from the insurance company. That's what Jacob can do for you, soup to nuts. He will take care of you if you are involved in an accident. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. My friend Jacob Barani is the real deal. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Bronny. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And remember, when you call Jacob, tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
There's nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever. Now you have to
cross the street. Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go!
Go Kings, go!
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings 25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go!
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shadano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
AVNERGAT, AvnerGat.com. You call Avner Gat, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Jelly Roll, the Beautifully Broken Tour. Friday, September 6th, Crypto.com Arena. With Warren Zeiders and Alexandra Kay. Jelly Roll, live, on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit JellyRoll615.com.
The Black and Gold are coming off a heartbreaking final in Columbus as the League's Cup crowned a new champ.
It's 3-1 Columbus Crew, and they're going to win the League's Cup.
LAFC have turned the page because tomorrow night it's a chance to make it to another final as LAFC and Seattle battle it out in the U.S. Open Cup semifinal.
Knocked out and in! It's Olivier!
Will we see more magic from Olivier? Pre-game begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. after Sedano and Cap.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams.
This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
John?
You're pulling out a little old school Boys to Men.
Old school, yeah. This is a classic, and it came out, what is it, Laura? You pulled this. It came out in 1994. Number one hit.
Take it away, Mace.
They had won. End of the Road was number one, I think, for like 10 weeks.
End of the Road is a great
End of the Road is a great song. It was one of the longest runs at number one that there's been in the... Although I don't know where... Nobody releases numbers anymore. Like, what's the number one? So who knows?
They're all Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it used
she
to
has
be,
like 9 of the 10 top
she does.
spots.
Her whole album.
Yeah.
Was
Billboard still does it.
Billboard
Yeah.
still does it. Why would
does Billboard like what's the
but
number
you have
one
to
song?
subscribe to it now. Before you could just go to Billboard and
I
it'll
can't just go to Billboard and find this out. Number one is a bar song, "Tipsy" by Shabuzi.
I know that song. That's Shabuzi's excellent. Pull that song.
No, I know that song too.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Shabuzi. It's called "Tipsy."
It's called a bar song.
Yeah, it's called the bar song.
Everybody get tipsy. Not that one.
Everybody get tipsy.
No, I think that's
this was.
I had some help.
This
by
isn't
Post
a workout
Malone
mix
featuring
for me.
Morgan Wallen is second.
Oh, yeah?
Guy with a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
Guy with a Smile. I saw her do that song at
the Hot 100
with Bruno Mars at the Intuit Dome.
Okay,
Lady Gaga
Not Like
showed
Us
up.
is still number 4.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah,
Bob has weighed in on X.
Hi, Bob.
Talking about the question of if your significant other asks you, "How do I look?"
Yep.
Do you be honest or you tell them they look great?
Right.
So here's his suggestion. This actually kind of works.
Okay.
He says the best answer is, "It's not my favorite dress, but if you like it and it makes you happy, then I'm happy."
Well,
then Lisa, if I said that to Lisa, she would take it
change.
off. Yeah, she'd change.
See,
that's the way to get her to change without being mean.
I only want positive. So I want Juan to say you look great.
But what if you don't?
And then I will say to Juan, you look great, and then we'll both be great.
Your relationship is just a house of lies.
No, white lies, harmless lies.
There's no such thing.
It's all lies.
It's a lie is a lie.
Wasn't that
Your
a
guys
TV
are gonna
show,
go to
House of Lies?
House of Lies, I think, was the show.
I saw
yeah.
Don Cheadle today.
Oh,
I think he was the star of that
he
show.
Was. You're right.
Cheadle went to the DNC. He said he
Oh,
had fun.
did he?
Where was that? Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah. So, by the way, he was in that LeBron sequel. Not his
right,
best
he
work.
was.
But he was
Not his best work,
He was
for
like
sure.
the villain in Space Jam
That's right.
New Legacy.
I did not like the Space Jam.
So you and Juan are going to go to Cosm for this game.
Yeah, we're going on Sunday for
both say
Cosm.
you both
Yeah.
look great, and then everybody else is going to be looking. God, who are those people?
Who are those
they look
two
terrible.
morons dressed like
They look
idiots?
ridiculous.
Wait a minute. First of all, I will say we are both excellent dressers.
Demure.
You, maybe not.
Oh.
What do you mean?
You said you don't know. You said you don't even like your style. Like you're not the person to talk to for style.
Yeah, I'm not.
You did say
I'm
that.
not a pro, but I've improved my style.
Do you still use Garanimals?
I don't use Garanimals.
Do you still shop at Ross Dress for
I
Less?
love Ross.
Hey, yo, you
Ross
cannot
Dress for
do
Less
that.
is the
You
best.
I
have
just
some
took
good
Riley
stuff.
to Ross Dress for Less this weekend, and she loved it.
It
And got a
is
whole
so
bunch of stuff.
good.
Riley is 12.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
I find
Mason
some
buys
stuff
his
there.
clothes at the same
I
place
find
as
great
Riley.
stuff at
Listen,
Ross Dress for Less.
you go
Ross,
through the racks and you get what you like.
Marshall,
You reach
TJ
into a
Maxx.
pile of clothes and you never know what's going to come out. There's
swallow-
grab bag.
clothes piled
You know what I'm
everywhere,
saying?
Ross.
I will say this. One time I was driving to a dinner.
Yep.
Me and Lisa, and I reached into the back seat to get something, and I totally ripped the seam of my shirt. It was like I no longer could wear it to dinner.
Right.
We were over by where the old station. Remember where the station was?
On La Cienega?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was an Arby's there. Do you
Yep.
remember what was on the other side of the Arby's?
Was it a Ross?
It's a Target.
Oh, a Target. Yeah.
So I said, we got 20 minutes to get to this dinner. We pull into Target. I buy a shirt. Totally pull it off. Nobody even thought twice
Really?
about it.
Yeah.
I kept that shirt for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Target slabs.
I've got clothes that I wear from Ross Dress for Less. It is an excellent store.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything
when
wrong.
you do the Garanimals, can you match a squirrel with a kangaroo?
You know, you're making fun of me for that. Other people make fun of me for Axe body spray, which
Well,
I
that's
use
ridiculous.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
Even Brian's saying that's a ridiculous thing to
Brian.
do.
That's like
That's like high
12-year-olds
school,
in
yeah,
middle
like
school.
Wait a
middle
minute.
school, high school kid.
He
after
agrees
gym
with
Just a little
class.
body spray.
He agrees with everything you say, and he's not agreeing
This
with
one
that.
I
Yeah.
don't. Come
I'm
on,
so
now.
disappointed in
This-
you.
that
So
should tell you
disappointed
something.
in you.
What is a Garanimal?
That's a good
You don't
question.
know?
No.
Okay, so
They
it was
are pretty old school.
Okay, so it was a line of clothing.
How do you spell it?
I don't know, but
animal.
I
Just
think it
sound
probably
it out.
still exists.
It does exist, yeah.
So, Greg, for
Animal.
like Riley, when you're teaching her what to wear,
Uh-huh.
you match the tops with the bottoms. So if the top is a horse, then she wears a horse on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And if it's it's a way for kids to learn how to mix and match.
And it does
outfits.
exist. It's for it's clothing for babies and toddlers.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
actually,
you
I
go.
like that. That's good. I like that.
That's cute.
Technically, I don't use Axe body spray. I use a spray called BOD, B-O-D.
Same
Just as
thing.
bad or worse.
That's
I
a
think
little
it's
worse.
it's
It's awful.
No, it's like an upscale
No,
version of
it's
Axe.
Axe would be better.
off-brand.
No, it's not
Axe.
off-brand Axe. It's
That's
upscale
exactly
Axe.
what it is.
God.
That's like you saying, I'm going to
Ridiculous.
Bath and Body Works to get the spray. Like, I used to do that in high school.
Riley
right,
does that.
That's spray they would sell at
Yeah,
Ross.
she's young.
It would be. I could probably get BOD at Ross.
You probably can.
All right.
Or Burlington.
Coming up. Oh, no, we're behind a
Burlington's
break,
great.
right?
No.
Or we're behind a break,
No,
I
we're
think.
good. We're good.
Just break now.
Yeah.
Break now?
Oh,
okay.
we went over?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were over.
You were way late in the 15.
Oh,
You went
okay,
up to-
Yeah, we were way late then.
Okay.
If you're keeping track, we're off the clock right now. All right, it's coming up next for you, John. Anthony Edwards had some stuff to say about old school basketball.
Yeah,
he's
not right.
We played Magic's response yesterday. I've got a response from another Hall of Famer coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, let's talk about your smile and how to get you a brighter, healthier smile. Beverly Hills Orthodontics. Dr. Monica Madden. You talk about somebody with a great smile. Wait till you meet Monica. She's a top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. Your smile is an expert hands. You're just going to walk in and go, Monica, give me your smile. They have 4 convenient locations: Beverly Hills, Studio City, Alhambra, and downtown L.A. She also has an unmatchable team, so check her out today at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com or call 877-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736. 877-7-Let's-Do-This. Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
This is such a significant move.
Accepted. USC being a massive national brand.
Big moments.
USC wins it.
Big stars.
Juju Watkins. Get out of town. Juju Watkins.
Big stage.
Zachariah Branch. How do you do?
Welcome, Trojans, to the Big Ten. Get your tickets at usctrojans.com/tickets and follow the Trojans on ESPN LA all year long.
Next Gen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz and has thousands of 5-star reviews.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shadano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Schedule online today.
NEXGEN, call 833 Next Gen.
One 877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-91-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market. Expire 24 hours from issuance. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
That's Shabuzi.
I know this song.
You know this one, John? This is a good workout. I have this in one of my workout mix.
Who is it?
Shabuzi. It's the #1 song in America right now. Everybody's getting tipsy. No?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't resonate with you?
This weekend, most definitely.
Most definitely.
It's my birthday weekend. I'm going to get hammered.
Is it your birthday
it
weekend?
is.
Yeah, it's coming up.
The
Your
big
birthday.
4-1?
On Sunday. Yep. 4-1.
The big 4-1.
4-1.
Oh, Greg, USC could lose on your birthday. That'd be a good birthday present
what
for
a
you.
Great
You will
birthday
not be
present
getting
that'd
that gift.
I will be
You
getting
will
that
not be
gift.
getting that gift.
I think
gonna
USC can
boat
win that
race
game.
them.
Yes.
Boat race.
Not a boat race.
And then they're going to go 1-2 to start
Hey,
the
you're
season.
interrupting my read.
I don't care.
So I'm going to be at COSM on Sunday for LSU.
Hey, somebody asked me this
USC.
yesterday. How do you
Yeah.
spell COSM?
COSM.
That's it.
Yeah, details COSM.com. So I described this a couple of times now, but I'll do it again. COSM is this dome in Inglewood. And there are screens that sort of wrap around you, above you, below you. And I saw a Cirque du Soleil show there that was unbelievable. It's the O, which is the one where they dive into water. I felt like I was at the pool. So I am so excited to see a football game in this setting. I think it's going to be mind-blowing. My mind was blown by the Cirque du Soleil show. I think football is going to be even better. So you can join me on Sunday for some shared reality at COSM LA. For details, go to COSM.com. That's COSM.com. Mind will be blown. See you Sunday at COSM. All right, so
now imagine you're at COSM and there's a deep pass from Miller Moss to Zachariah Branch that lands in the end zone, and it looks like you're standing there in the end zone when it happens.
Fantastic, right there.
That's
with
what it will be
Zachariah
like.
Branch.
Yeah, that's exactly what it will
When
be
Woody
like.
Marks hits the end zone for the first time,
You're going to see it.
going to be there.
He's going to be running at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been to
Yeah,
COSM.
I did. It was amazing.
We got to get Brian to COSM and Laura to COSM.
Oh, my
Most
God, I'm
definitely.
so down.
Yeah,
When is
in Ireland, we got to
Yeah,
get you
I
to
haven't
COSM.
been yet, but I love stuff like that, so I'm definitely up for it.
Okay, cool. All right, so Anthony Edwards, who's certainly one of the big stars in the NBA, was asked about old-time NBA basketball. And yesterday we had a response from Magic Johnson. We've got another one now. Here's the original comment. I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that had skill. You know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe, they were like, oh my God, but now everybody has skill. So that's his original statement. We played Magic Johnson's response yesterday, which was, I don't listen to players unless they've won an NBA title, which is an excellent retort. Now, Kevin Garnett has spoken. This is what Kevin Garnett says about the comments from Anthony Edwards.
Like 20 years ago, if I'm being 100.
You ain't going back watching the games, Lord.
If I'm being honest, bro, I don't think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago. If I'm being 100. And this is to everybody in our league, Tatum, all y'all. Let me tell y'all something, bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back.
No.
You hear what I'm saying to you? You couldn't get to a triple step back. And then if you shot, it had to go in. You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day, my dude, and it was so hard. It was too physical. And guess what? The league had to come off of it for the flow of movement to be able to have scoring go up, which is why we like to sit here and watch kind of the rat race of the high-paced game, right? But, bro, let's not talk about the game and let's not talk about the physicality of the game back then. Real because I only think half these kids in the league could have been on an NBA team 20 years ago.
Straight up.
The locker room was too grown.
Straight up.
All right, couple things.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more with Garnett.
Yeah.
And here's the heart of his point. 20 years ago in the NBA, they allowed hand checking, which means Michael Jordan had really strong hands.
Mm-hmm.
So if Michael Jordan was guarding anybody, let's say he's guarding Isaiah Thomas, he could put his hand on Isaiah Thomas' waist and just squeeze him.
Right.
And there was no foul.
Sure.
Now you can't touch anybody. What Garnett was talking about is inside it was super physical, and they weren't calling any loose ball fouls. You could just go, and if you complained, hey, man, that guy's holding me, the refs would yell, shut up, you big baby, just play.
Right.
So there's some merit to what he's saying. It was an incredibly ignorant take by Anthony Edwards, who I like a lot.
I think any of the great players from that era would be just as successful as this era. So those guys, like Magic Johnson, if he came along, would shoot threes. He'd shoot a lot of them. I mean, guys would develop their game based on the era they're playing in. I think a lot of those guys, people say, oh, well, they didn't, there weren't any good three-point shooters. No, there was no premium placed on three-point shooting. Now it matters, and the guys that were great back then would learn it if they were playing today.
So I think what Kevin Garnett is saying is almost as bad as what Anthony Edwards said. They're both a ridiculous point.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards could absolutely play in the game back then. LeBron could have played in the game back then.
They would play it differently. They would play the physical version of the game.
Yes, they are still bigger, stronger, faster than you were 20, 25 years ago, and they would have been able to get through the hand checking, be able to change their game to play within the hand checking.
Yeah, you're right. Garnett said basically he was the reverse of what Ant said. He's saying guys today couldn't play back then, which I also disagree with.
Yeah, they're both bad comments.
Yes, bad. Hey, did I mention the Trojans kickoff for the season is Sunday in Vegas versus LSU. Coverage starts at 2:30 here on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. It is presented by Invesco QQQ. Invesco QQQ is the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans. The future isn't scary. Not realizing its potential, however, could be. Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Coming up next for you. Going to do some What's Up, Fool? Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's up, fool?
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
There's no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland Pro, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland Pro provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland Pro is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland Pro dealer.
It would be the best story, not only in tennis, but maybe in sports.
We were just two young black girls playing in Compton. This is not normally how that story goes. I looked different. I played different. I was more emotional. I was better. I was stronger. I had muscles. I was something that no one had ever seen before, ever.
Stream the ESPN Plus original series, In the Arena, Serena Williams, presented by Morgan Stanley, now on ESPN Plus.
Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m. And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so obviously football season is coming up again, and you guys know that I am not the biggest fan, or I don't like playing fantasy football.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if John is...
Yeah, John's
in
the league, yeah.
I didn't know if he could hear or not.
Yeah.
Your mic.
Yeah, he can hear.
Just
He
making
can
sure.
hear.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. Jean, my girlfriend, does not like football.
At all?
And that is a very big part. No,
Oh,
at all. She
deal
doesn't like
breaker.
it at
That's
all.
a deal breaker.
No.
Lisa doesn't watch a
all
lot of football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I guess
she,
that's
But
okay.
she likes to be over on Sundays, and what we do on Sundays is important, so I have to watch football all day. I'm going to watch it. I like doing that. So she says that she will play in a fantasy football league with me to enjoy the games. However, I can't find a league now. So
We had like 3
The
here.
station had leagues.
yeah,
going.
I know. It was all closed out. Do you guys know of a league that is open? That you do
Our
have
draft
it?
is next
Could we-
Wednesday, but we have 12 spots and they're all taken.
Are we full? We don't
Oh,
have
I'm
room
out,
for an
bro. Don't
expansion
look at
team.
me.
No.
No,
But
can
Greg,
we
just
all
by
make?
min-
Can we all make a league? What can we make a league amongst the show?
What? Just us?
Why? Yeah, why not?
Just us 5
well,
people?
no, we can get a couple other people from the
5
station,
people,
but just
6,
us.
7. How many
I got
people do
someone.
we
No,
need?
Anthony bops in my ear and says he's down. So
Anthony. Okay,
Yeah.
so Anthony's in our league.
Laura,
is this how
you
this
don't
works?
want to?
Laura's like, no.
No, she's covering her face and dropping
Alright,
down.
she's
and-
like, I've never done it. Don't care to do it. It's
Well, neither
too
is she.
It's too much work, and I got too
Yeah.
much to do. Sorry.
I'm
out.
I'll tell you what she can do that'll make things fun. We're going to do the one and done pool again.
Yeah, you want
okay.
me to
Survivor
put her in
pool.
that?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do the one and done pool.
Okay.
Our friend Ken Park is
right, you-
revving that up again.
Okay, so Mace, you pay for Brian and Laura. I'll pay for Greg and Jean.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. We'll
So
we'll
yeah,
set that
that's
up.
perfect, Greg, because then she's got to think about it and do it that way. All right.
And
All right.
Myrna's plays
Myrna's
that.
in.
My mom and
So
not
I'll buy-
stepdad Leo play.
Yeah.
It's-
It'll be fun. She'll like it.
That'd be great. Any listener, I'll join a league. I just don't expect much
that
from
just
me.
by saying that, you'll get an invite.
Yeah.
I just want the invite
The
so that we
community,
can
I
do
think,
it.
had one. You
Do
might
they?
be able to.
Oh, look, Radio
Like-
Michael Fan says there's a.
Yeah.
okay.
Crypto Raid would
Can always
help
do
you.
the daily leagues I have too. Those are always fun.
Oh yeah, the
sure,
daily
Yeah,
league,
the prize
sure.
picks and stuff like
Money
that.
going in and out. Hey, prize
All
picks would
right,
be a big
have
one.
we solved your fantasy football dilemma?
Yes, thank you.
All right, good.
I appreciate it.
fool?
All right, guys. Tonight I am going to the Dodger game after the show tonight.
Nice.
Good
I'm,
night to go.
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
Take-
Night to go.
Taking on the Orioles, so pretty excited. Good matchup. But I'm very excited. I'm going tonight and not tomorrow night because tomorrow there's another Otani bobblehead giveaway.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
You would have
another
to,
one.
yeah, you would have to leave now.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the question here is, so the one that's going to be coming up is gold with Decoy, the dog. So it's actually
With
Otani with his
Decoy.
dog coated in gold. And
Wow.
I went back and I looked up the first bobblehead he had. Remember when they did the limited edition of the gold or the gray uniform?
Right, the gray uniform.
There was a couple that
I'd rather
sold.
have the one with decoy.
Me too. There was a couple that sold for I think $3,000. So they did get some money out of this. So my
out of
question
the
is
Otani gray.
the gray one,
Yeah.
where it was a little bit of a more of a limited edition.
Okay.
But how much more do you think this gold one is with Decoy as a little more of a caveat with the dog, especially now that he is almost the clear front runner for MVP, just went 40-40. How
do you know how many? Like normally the
I
Dodgers
think
will say
it's
the
40,000.
first 40,000
I
fans.
think that's
Okay.
what it is. Yes.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I think it's going to be a massive, massive hit with people showing up early at the park. It's going to be a melee.
This reminds me of the time when Lindsay was producing the show, and I get a text from Mace, and he goes, "Hey, I know John Carpino, the president of the Angels, who's just a great guy," and so Mace goes, "Hey, can you text Sean Carpino and ask him to give Lindsay one of the Ohtani bobbleheads?"
Right.
And I said, "I'm not bothering the president of the Angels."
Well, who else could do it?
She could go to the game.
I always say go straight to the top.
Yeah.
Go straight to the top
That
with
would
your
literally
request.
be like, can you go to Jimmy Pitaro and ask him if he can get you an ESPN shirt? Yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
That's hilarious.
What?
I mean, yes, he can.
I said no. I don't even know if Lindsay ever got
Well,
one.
she did go one.
Did she go to the game? Or did
No.
somebody
I got her
else
one.
got it?
Somebody called us and said, I think Roger Lodge might have done it. So
Yeah,
I heard
that
you on the
sounds
radio.
and Roger's a great guy. It sounds like something
I'll
he would
send
do.
you a bobblehead. Yeah, I think that's the way she got one.
Yeah. So, but Brian, I don't know. Like, do you want to get this bobblehead? Do you not care if you get one or not? Or
No, I don't
Okay.
really care. I'm just the scene behind these Ohtani bobbleheads.
I'm glad
is
you're going tonight. The other
mind-blowing.
thing is, and Greg will back me up on this, you're going tonight when Jack Flaherty's pitching.
That's right.
Tomorrow night's Walker Buehler. So
Yes.
your chances
Very-
of seeing
very
a
true.
win are much better
I
tonight.
am looking at the bobblehead right now. Have you seen it?
It's so nice.
It's on eBay for advance purchase. How much do you think it's going for?
The gold ones, like somebody's
the
already.
gold ones.
With
exactly.
the ones with decoy?
By the way, I'm looking at it with decoy. I don't see it in gold. Do you see? I don't see
I
it.
think
in
that's
gold.
that must be a
Is he
different one.
wearing a
then.
Dodger uniform or an Angel uniform?
He's wearing a
I'll show
Dodger
you this.
uniform.
I'll say $100.
And it's got the $170. $170
Hey,
bucks.
Google this.
Yeah.
Mason and Ireland bobblehead.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, no, it
hate
was
that
like
bobblehead.
it was like 20 years ago, and they literally took some other person's body and put my
It's
face
there.
on one side. How much?
$99.99.
Yeah, I'm not. Nobody's getting
That's
up.
a good
Do
price.
not pay $100 for that bobblehead. It is
No,
a piece of junk.
It is not. By the I would love. Wouldn't it be cool? I think it'd be unbelievably cool to have a bobblehead.
You have one.
You do
It's
have
on
one.
sale on eBay for $100.
It's terrible. It's like me
Well,
on
plus it's
half
got
of it
your-
and you on half.
Yeah, it's
of
a
it.
little weird. You guys are like doing like the what is it? Cat dog thing where it was like both of them
Oh,
connected.
that was a great show.
Cat dog?
Yeah.
Dog
whatever.
cat or cat dog?
I don't
Cat
know.
dog
Cat
was the name of the
right.
show.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
it was
that
great.
show.
I
Yeah.
also sent you the picture of the bobblehead.
Oh, okay.
It's all gold. It's
It is
actually-
all gold.
it's
Okay, so that's
really,
not the
really
right
nice.
one then.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. Something happened yesterday. I went over to a friend's house, and I saw them put ice on their milk. They poured the ice, and I thought they were going to get water, juice, or whatever. And then they poured milk on top.
So they put they had a glass of ice and they poured milk in it. Okay.
I've never seen this. I think I've seen it maybe like with kids or whatever, like
Yeah.
at a restaurant, but never as an adult. So I've never done this ever. I just think it's weird. And I want to
Okay.
know, do you guys pour like ice on your milk?
No, never. But so
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
guess,
said.
Laura, you don't
No.
drink iced coffee.
I do.
So what's the difference?
There's a
It has
in
coffee.
Right, but there's most people put milk in coffee.
Yeah, but there's coffee. It's not just milk.
It's
You see, I've
watered
never
down
understood
milk.
the concept of iced coffee. If I want coffee, I want it hot.
Oh, Christians
See,
like
I,
that.
I like it because I hate coffee. I always like put ice cubes in it and then down it fast.
But you buy hot coffee, right?
I buy
No iced coffee.
I buy coffee hot with a few ice cubes.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it,
So
it
you can
cools
drink it
down and I
quicker.
can just chug it.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like the taste of coffee.
I don't think
just
this is
chug
as
it.
big of a deal as you think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
So I
don't think it's all that weird.
I
like
asked on
Michael
Instagram.
Thompson Michael being here tomorrow, he can speak for himself, but he puts ketchup on literally
yeah, that's
everything.
weird.
Everything.
Tacos, weird.
Yeah, no,
Weird.
puts it on.
Beans.
Yeah, I mean,
Weird.
more breakfast foods, anything. He
I
just
put it
loves
on
ketchup.
breakfast food.
And because Michael is so set in his ways, I've been to, I go out to dinner with Michael a ton
Mm-hmm.
every year. When we're on the road, we just get the road crew and go. We went into a steakhouse once in San Antonio, a really nice one.
Right.
And he asked for ketchup, and they said no. And he goes, really? And
No.
they said, what's it for? And he goes, I want to put it on my steak.
Yep.
And the guy goes, no, we don't allow that
No,
here.
the chef is like not
so
cool with that.
what? You know what Michael does?
He
You know
brings
when
his
you're
own.
when you're on a plane and you ask him for ketchup?
Yeah.
BYOK?
Yeah, he had the flight attendants give him one of those mini bottles, and he keeps it in his pocket. So if the restaurant says no, he just breaks out his own bottle of
Wow.
ketchup.
That's
that
funny.
and Michael is he's unembarrassable. You can't embarrass him no matter what's happening. So another thing he did was one night we walk in, really nice steakhouse.
Okay.
Michael's in sweatpants. Okay.
Yep.
His White Sox sweatshirt that he always wears.
Mm-hmm.
And a pair of tennis shoes, and he walks in with a red Solo cup of wine.
Yeah.
And the waiter comes over and goes, "Sir, can I pour that into a wine glass for you?" And he said, "No, I'm good."
Yep. Likes
And the
the
guy
Solo
goes,
cup.
guy goes, "Well, we'd really prefer if you used one of our glasses." And Michael goes, "I'm good, thanks." And goes and sits down.
Well, I always think those restaurants where they say no substitutions, no. It's like, no, I am the customer. I don't want the avocado on there. It looks like they get offended that
They
you're not
do.
eating it the way the chef has prepared it. It's like, no, I want it the way I want it.
Then go to a different restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Which
Greg.
restaurant in Venice is the
Yeah,
one
I mean,
where they
if
don't
they
let
say
any
no,
substitutions?
don't go
Is
there.
it Jelena? Is it Jelena in Venice where they don't
that's
allow
that's
any?
a pretty famous restaurant.
They allow no substitutions. Like you must eat the food as it comes because that's the way the chef has prepared it.
But
Well,
you know
and
that
next,
going
so
in.
next time you either say, "I'm leaving," I'm going to, I'm going down the street to Felix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then go. Yeah, but like that, if they're telling you that ahead of time and you know
But-
it,
Yeah.
go somewhere else.
What if it's your first time and you don't know? Then that's you know what I
Sure.
mean? That's different.
But
I'm just saying.
that's the rules.
Okay.
Them's the breaks.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, we are on the cusp of some baseball history here coming up, but not the good kind. So, as John mentioned, the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
The worst record as of this far into the season in the last 108 years, but even more surprising a stat, they are 31 and a 101 on the year. And the stat that John Boy tweeted out yesterday is they have 31 blown saves.
Whoa!
So 31 blown saves, as much as many wins they have. And I took a look. Even if they had all 31 of those saves, they'd have 62 wins. They would still be in dead last in their division.
No kidding.
They would.
Wow.
Which is pretty surprising. And they're on pace. I think they're 6 losses away from having the worst record of all time in the modern era.
Okay.
So what's your take on that? But more specifically, how bad do you feel for Miguel Vargas?
Well, yeah, who got traded there for Michael Kopech. Well, going back to what Greg's theory was earlier in the show, and Greg, you're not wrong. If you're gonna lose a lot.
Yeah.
Because it guarantees that you get the number 1 pick in the
Yep.
draft,
Yep.
right?
100%.
So if I'm a White Sox fan, obviously they're 31 and 100 right now.
That's
101.
I mean, like 31 and 101. Greg,
Yeah.
if I'm a White Sox fan, I'm say bring on the losses, right?
Yeah, yes, but it doesn't. The draft doesn't work like it does in the NBA.
No, it
and-
does.
I mean, no.
No,
I'm saying
the
it's saying-
Astros were a 50-win team at one point. The Cubs were a 51-win team at one
Yeah,
point,
I
and they
mean, it
both
takes
built
a
into World
longer
Series
time.
champions. I'm telling you, with a short period of time.
Yeah, no, so, okay, sure. You can definitely build from within. You have to build within your farm system. I just don't worry about draft picks in baseball as much as NBA because it means more with a shorter team.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I do think, though, that there is something to be said for going full tank mode in Major League Baseball. It has worked a fair amount of the time. The Cubs were a 61-win team in 2012. They won the World Series in 2015. So two years separated. You can do it this way. Now, I think the White Sox are a bad organization with a bad owner and not necessarily the general manager. So I don't think they're necessarily going to build into a championship. This is just woeful incompetence.
Yeah, the White Sox are a mess. And they have been for quite some time.
All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up, Fool. Coming up next for you, a little update on Yamamoto and Brusdar, if you are a big Dodger fan.
Brian, I have a whole bunch of info on the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead giveaway that just broke.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so I'll fill you in on that.
Okay,
too.
that's coming up next for you, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Coming up today at 4 p.m.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and
There's
Cat.
nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever. Now you have to
across the
accept
street.
it.
Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings
25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go!
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3. And Shitano and Cappy start the LA afternoon drive takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Pernia Law, here to tell you about a newer sponsorship deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not
this
like
is us. This is the talking
like
part.
Us.
We were just talking about Warren Legary, who's a very famous agent.
And by the way, you know what else he's more famous for now? He's a coaching agent. He represents most of the top coaches, but he is one of the original founders, along with a guy named Albert Hall, of the Las Vegas Summer League, and he this day runs it. When it started, they had 6 teams. And they now have all 30 teams, and it makes millions.
Yeah. I ended up in a hotel, at the top of a hotel in Hawaii with Warren Legary, and he held court. I think he brought bottles of wine.
Of course he did.
Held court.
I once went to a dinner at the same dinner.
Yeah.
Warren Legary and Gary Vitti.
Oh, my God. That must have been a war. Yeah, that was like both people. One of my parties, Molly Knight and Ramona were there together, and they were the same way. It's like they're two conversational titans.
Right.
So
great dinner, by the way. I heard more stories that night than I've heard in a long time.
So a couple of updates, and then we'll get to the bobblehead thing.
You got it.
Shohei Ohtani bobblehead is tomorrow night. In the meantime, the Dodgers are in an interesting position. Everybody is interested in what Yamamoto is doing, and he is actually about to have his first rehab start. Right,
this
Bergman?
is Yoshi Yamamoto, who the Dodgers paid $300 million to get out of Japan and was going to be their #1 starter this year and got hurt.
Yes. So, Bergman, he's at Round Rock, I think?
No, he's at OKC.
Is he at OKC?
He's
okay.
at OKC. He's so he's going to pitch tomorrow, and Landon Knack is going to piggyback with him.
So, okay, got it. Yeah. Got it. So, he is at least pitching now, although there's no timetable on when he could be back with the big club. Does he need 1 rehab start, 2 rehab starts, 3 rehab starts? Don't know.
It would make sense for him to either have 1 or 2. I think for the most part, now that you're going to be into September now, you need him to get as many starts against major league hitters as possible. Being down in OKC and pitching to minor leaguers doesn't really do him much.
Right.
But let me ask you this,
Gets him ramped up a little bit.
You talked to a lot of Dodger fans through the Blue Review stuff.
Yes.
Basically a month to go in the season.
Yep.
If it were you, if you were Andrew Friedman or Dave Roberts.
Yes.
Would you be pitching Walker Buehler against the Orioles?
No, I would have gotten rid of him a long time ago. he doesn't have anything left.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have gotten rid of him. I think I would have found spots for him to pitch, but I wouldn't pitch him against the Orioles.
No, I put him on the 60-day DL and save a spot.
He's a walk-away guy after this year, too.
Yep. He is a walk-away guy.
Although he's exactly the kind of broken-down guy that Andrew Friedman would sign.
He's class now.
He is.
You can get him a minor league deal for not much money, sure. I think for the most part, people see Walker Buehler as this legacy guy, what he was in 2021 or 2019 when he was just so fantastic. Until then, he hasn't been for a long time.
So
before the injury.
Let me ask you a scary question.
Uh-oh.
So next year, Ohtani will be pitching.
Yeah.
He will be coming off his second Tommy John.
Same as Buehler.
Yeah. What if Ohtani doesn't bounce back either?
He might be worth the $700 million just as a hitter.
I agree.
He's already made that money back.
I agree.
And I think the Dodgers have made a lot of money. I was at the Dodger game on Saturday. I was talking to some of the marketing guys.
Yeah.
First of all, I learned a bunch of stuff. They love him over there. They say in terms of a disposition and a personality and the way he treats people that work for the team, and they say he's just a pleasure to be around, and he's the best baseball player I've ever seen in person, but he's willing to do whatever they ask him.
Yep.
And because of that, they've brought in hundreds of Japanese clients, businesses,
well, you look at
and sponsors.
You look at the video boards there, and there are so many sponsors that I think are there because of Ohtani.
I think if we put Andrew Friedman or Mark Walter on a lie detector and said, if Ohtani never pitches, will you regret giving him the contract? And I think they both say no.
Yeah.
I think that they just love having him. They just, I know it's a ton of money, and I know he got paid to be a dual threat.
$2 million.
But he's so good as a hitter that what would you be without him?
Yeah, no, it's true. But in 5 years, I was thinking about this the other day. In 5 years, I think Ohtani will look like not a bargain, but market rate.
If he pitches, for sure.
Yeah, but no, the $700 million. Here's the thing.
Higher.
NBA, in 5 years, we're going to have $100 million players.
100%.
And when we get to that point, isn't Ohtani going to look, you sign a 5-year, $500 million contract if you're an NBA player. Ohtani's a bargain when you get onto that scale.
I think this is an easy answer. I'll see if you agree.
Okay.
Who's the NBA's first $100 million a year player?
Anthony Edwards?
No.
SGA.
No.
No?
It's got to be someone younger.
Yep.
It's
easy. Don't overthink it.
Wemby.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Of course, yeah.
He's going to, and he'll be worth it.
Oh, yeah. God, yes.
Victor Wembanyama. He's going to be that good. Okay, let me give you, it's so funny, Brian, you asked that question. Maybe this is where you got it. Bill Shaken, who's the MLB writer for the LA Times, wrote an article.
I don't like him, but go ahead.
That's a fake feud.
No, it's not.
No,
that's a real feud.
That's actually a
He
real
screwed
one.
me over. Go ahead.
It's not like a Jay Moore fake feud?
No, this is for real.
Okay. That seems, Bill's like the nicest guy ever. That seems weird.
he was terrible.
Okay.
He also
to
doesn't
me.
like radio, so,
Yeah, he hates
Wow.
radio.
I'm learning new stuff every day. Okay, so
It's a dying medium.
he asked, he's one of those guys.
By the way,
All
he
right.
works for a friggin' newspaper. Talk about dying mediums.
All right. He writes an article, and he asks this question. Brian, you brought up that there's a limit. You got to get to the game early if you want to get one of these bobbleheads. There's
Right.
53,000 seats, and there's only 40,000 bobbleheads. So Bill asked a good question. Why? Why, like if you're going on Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night,
You expect to get a bobblehead.
why can't you get? So here's an idea of why, Brian, you said you're glad you're going tonight and not tomorrow night. The average price or the minimum price you can get in for tonight is $36. The minimum price you can get in for tomorrow night is $131.
Wow.
So basically $100 more just to
Yep.
have the bobblehead. But he asks a good question here. Dodgers say they have 40,000 bobbleheads to give away. They've already sold 53,000 tickets. Why alienate your fans like that? And so he called around to some other teams. My buddy Derek Hall's in this story.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, who's in charge of the Diamondbacks, said, when I was a kid and went to Dodger Stadium, I wanted to go to the batting glove night every year. I never feared not getting one. What has changed, Derek says, is the increase in the number of giveaway dates has made the total cost more prohibitive. He says it's a budget issue
teams have so many more promotions than they used to that they're just trying to make it the most cost-effective as they can. Stan Kasten says corporate sponsors cover most of the giveaways, and they don't have the budget for $53,000, but they do for $40,000.
Right.
So, and Stan makes a good point. He says, plus, it encourages fans to get there early. You have the opportunity to do other shopping, whether it's food or merchandise.
Right.
That's good for us. And it also helps with traffic, so it's good for the fans. He says when there is a limit and they come late, most of them understand.
Right.
So, but it seems to me you should just make as many bobbleheads as you have seats.
The last Ohtani bobblehead night, people got there so early because they wanted to get their bobbleheads, and it was just a total melee.
That was the first one. There's already been two so far.
Have there been two?
Is this the second
Or
one,
is this
Brian?
the
or is
second
this
one? I think this is
the second one. And there was a Yamamoto one, too, that was pretty crazy as well.
Yeah. That was really early on. It's also the first Shohei bobblehead is going to be the massive one. This one has obviously
So
decoy,
Derek says the Diamondbacks did a smart thing. He I don't know if the Dodgers do this, but he says we always make around 10,000 more than we say we have. And he said the reason we do that is if we have a surplus, if someone didn't get one and they're heartbroken over it, we can take care of them.
Right.
So maybe just ask. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm getting one of them gold bobbleheads by hook or by crook.
No, you're not.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
tell the
definitely
truth.
getting
You
it.
just bought one.
I just bought one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're going to pay,
bought one.
how much was it for?
Too much.
Exactly.
It was.
Exactly.
It was.
Too much is
too
the right
much.
answer.
But it's like one I would actually display.
It's
it looks
nice.
so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
It is nice.
Oh, look, have you not looked at it? It looks so
I've seen
cool.
it. Yeah, no. Laura sent it in the group chat.
Yeah, I
It's
like it.
cool. But, bobblehead.
So tonight is Salvadoreño Heritage Night. So.
Oh, nice. I've been to El Salvador. It's a beautiful country.
So I have not, but I want to go.
Yeah.
And I believe they are, if you bought a special ticket, you get the jersey.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in El Salvador maybe 5 years ago for New Year's, and we had just a blast.
All right, I'm going to ask a really stupid, embarrassing question.
Yeah.
El Salvador's in South America, right?
No, Central America.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Central America.
What's the biggest country next to it?
It's with Nicaragua and Guatemala.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Those they're the triangle of countries down there. I've been to Nicaragua and I've been to El Salvador. I've never been to Guatemala.
So speaking of the Dodger game right now, Freddie Freeman is not in the Dodgers
That's what I
lineup
saw,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's Shohei leading off, Mookie, Teoscar, Will Smith, Tommy Edman, Miguel Rojas,
I
Max
hope his
Muncy.
finger isn't acting up.
Kike Hernandez is playing first base. Freeman has Bill Plunkett says Freeman is 3 for 23 in 6 games since playing with a hairline fracture in the middle finger of his right hand. He does not miss games.
Yeah, he doesn't.
This is not good.
Yeah, so that could be something to pay attention
It's a bad sign. Bad sign. All right. Coming up next, the worst woman in Toronto. And when the Dodgers get to the playoffs, what should their playoff rotation be? We'll talk about that coming up next. In the meantime, hey, summer's here. Best time to get away with the Hyundai you've always wanted at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. First thing I did when I partnered up with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, I'm like, I'm going to drive a Hyundai. And I got an Elantra, and that thing is smoking. It's a hybrid. I'm getting like 50 miles per gallon. Right now, you can get the hottest deals of the season on all of Hyundai's award-winning models. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Peace of mind that you can rely on. Do like I did. Get in, get away with a great deal. There is joy in every journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
Hey, it's Travis. And Slee. By now you have heard about our good friends at the law office of Joseph S. Normand. When my son Bobby was in an accident, we called Joe and he hit it out of the park. That's why I trust Joe. No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to them can and will be used against you. Joe and his team will treat you like family, get you the medical attention you need, and the max compensation you deserve. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
Dive into the Marvel Universe on the official Marvel Podcast. We're going behind the scenes with the creators behind Marvel Comics, the stars of the MCU, and Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige.
But if you want the real answer, if we're trying to get real on this podcast,
celebrate the legacy of your favorite Marvel adventures and characters. The official Marvel Podcast.
I think this show's going to be a real treat.
New episodes every Wednesday wherever you listen to podcasts.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Meanest lady in Toronto. I just tweeted out this video of a
This woman needs to be publicly shamed.
This is terrible. So... And by the way, this is not a ball hit into the stands, John.
Like
this
a player was tossing it to a kid.
Tosses the ball to a kid. She catches it, and then a grown-up lady, tears the ball out of her hands. She goes and high-fives all of her friends, and the little girl walks up the stairs totally dejected.
And Jesse Barfield, the former Blue Jay, says if somebody can find this girl, he'll give her an autograph bat and an autograph ball.
Yeah. God, what is wrong with people?
You know what this story reminds me of? I told the story while you were gone about how your dad was the one guy who would like go where all the little kids were to get autographs and basically reach over him to get autographs.
Oh, yeah.
That's similar to this.
That was my dad, for sure.
She also has a bad friend because I would not high-five you for doing that. I would literally take the ball and give it back to the girl.
She stole the baseball, and then she high-fived all of her friends.
First, she leans over her in front of her to
and then
block
rips
her.
it out of her hands.
Just like tears it from her hands.
It drops through her hands and goes to the little girl's hand.
Worst
The little girl has it
ever.
and then rips it out. It's awful.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
That's one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
That to me is the worst one I've seen.
Greg, it's not her. Let me say it again. It's not her. But doesn't she look like Chris Jenner?
Oh, that's what I
That's
said.
what
That's
she
exactly
absolutely
what I
does.
said.
100%.
Yeah.
100% what I said.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks just like her.
I was like, doesn't she look like Kim Kardashian's mom?
That's funny. That's funny. Anyway,
Again,
that lady
not her.
should be
not
ashamed.
Chris Kardashian's mom.
A couple things I wanted to mention that we haven't gotten to. Reggie Bush, his portrait has returned to the Heisman House, finally, which is fantastic.
Never should have left.
Jason Hayward, who was DFA'd by the Dodgers, has signed with the evil-hated Houston Astros.
Oh, we're gonna face him in the World Series. He's gonna hit a grand
can
slam.
you imagine if we see Houston in the World Series and we face Jason Hayward, Freddie Freeman's best friend?
Yeah, imagine this. So it's the bottom of the ninth in Game 7, tie game, 3-2 count, bases loaded, with Jason Hayward up to the plate. That is just an absolute terrible
you can see
position.
it coming a mile away.
And if it actually happens, you're saying, why did you ever get rid of him for just that specific moment? I would have gotten rid of Chris Taylor immediately.
Chris Taylor's the one. I mean,
I understand why they didn't.
He's
It's
got
money.
a contract for next year.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're spending
They make
$700 million
enough
for a player. Yeah,
well, he plays more positions. Yeah,
by
you
the
got
way,
like
and you can
15 other guys.
you
that
can
do that
also
too.
afford 53,000 bobbleheads.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, with a budget.
Right.
What's the budget
No.
with the Dodgers?
We only get 40,000.
Oh God,
That's so lame.
All right, so Bergman had this question today, and apparently this has been bouncing around in the Blue Review, which is every single day at
9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel.
An excellent show that I watch probably twice a week.
Hey, that's twice more than I thought you would.
Exactly. So, and I haven't been invited on lately.
Well, it's because you don't listen.
So
you can come on whenever you want, Mace. Honestly, if any day you want to come on, come on.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Soft?
I'm not expecting it.
Greg, ask me if I want to come on tomorrow.
Would you like to come on tomorrow, John?
If it were any other day.
If it were any other day. All right,
Shocked that was the answer.
So here's an interesting question. If the playoffs were to start, let's just say the playoffs start when the playoffs start. Who is the rotation? What is the rotation for the Dodgers in the playoffs?
Wait a minute. So Yamamoto and Glasnow are both on the injured list.
Everybody's healthy.
Let's assume everybody. You have them.
Everybody's healthy.
Who starts game one?
Glasnow.
You know who I start?
Who?
Flaherty.
Absolutely not.
I start Flaherty.
I would pitch Glasnow game one. Now, are we assuming the Dodgers win the division?
Yes.
Yes.
Glasnow game one. Yamamoto game two, so he gets a home game.
Mm-hmm.
Flaherty game three. And ahead of Kershaw, if you need a game four, Gavin Stone.
So this is what the whole conversation really comes down to is Gavin Stone, because he's had two really, really good outings.
Really good.
That people are now saying, oh, he has to be on the playoff rotation. The problem is Kershaw is going to be, barring injury, Kershaw will be on the roster.
I don't put him ahead of Stone.
But you don't put him in the bullpen. You can't put Clayton Kershaw in the bullpen.
He's come out of the bullpen.
By the way,
and how did that work out?
He was great.
The year they won the World Series, it was great.
Game 7, 2017, he came in and was lights out in the bullpen.
That was 8 years ago.
I know, but the point is, I saw him get a save against the Washington Nationals in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not like
I also saw him give up a
Ryu.
back-to-back home runs in the fifth game against the Nationals, and they lost to Soto and Rendon, and they didn't get into the second round.
And
on
after that
back-to-back pitches.
After the game, Rendon said, "Yeah, I don't really care."
This sport is just the worst.
It is. I don't wish this on anyone.
So, but basically, that's what the argument is.
Right.
Do you have Stone, who, by the way, Bobby Miller, best pitcher on the Dodgers last year, started game one, was terrible in the postseason.
Right.
Do you want to do that again with Stone? Or
No,
do
but
you start Kershaw and Stone piggybacks. That's the way to do it.
No, I wouldn't start Kershaw in a playoff game.
In game
but
four,
do
absolutely.
you agree or disagree with my three-person rotation? Glasnow game one, Yamamoto game two,
Yes.
Flaherty game three.
Yes. By the way, Flaherty is not kind of what you're thinking that he is. Through the 4 games, he's already had, I think, 5 walks when he only had 19 on the season. He doesn't go more. He's only hit 6 innings, I think,
I know,
once.
but I mean, his starts.
You want
have
him to
been
go long.
Really solid.
They've been okay. They have not been
Remember,
solid. He
shorter
gives up
leash
2
in the
home runs,
playoffs.
2 games in a row.
You're not going to throw a guy past 6 innings in the playoffs.
I know,
most likely.
but he does. He also is not getting to the 6th inning.
No, he's getting into the 6th.
No, he's not.
5 2/3
Oh, yeah, 5
last
kill.
start.
He has. Yes, you're right. He has gotten into the 6th. He hasn't gotten through 6. 6.
Right. I don't think anybody's going through 6.
So I think guys like Yamamoto can. You have the ability with Yamamoto. You have the ability with Glasnow. So Flaherty is your number 3 starter. He's not as good as you've been thinking. He's still good.
Oh, he's very good.
He's good. He's solid. He's not the pitcher that you're thinking that was, oh my God, he's amazing coming over here. He's not 1A, 1B, 1C. He's 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Like Yamamoto and Glasnow 1A, 1B.
Yeah, right. I go with that.
And Flaherty's the game 3 starter.
So here's what I'll say. Get back to me on September 29th. Ask me the question on September 29th. Let's see who's actually pitching well and who's not pitching well. If Gavin Stone is on a roll, it's Gavin Stone. If Clayton Kershaw gets straight, it's Clayton Kershaw.
Okay, so if Clayton Kershaw continues to pitch like he did not last start, but
the previous, previous.
All the way through, and Stone continues to go the way he has all the way through, who are you going with there?
So they're both excellent, is what you're saying.
They're both going excellent. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I would go Kershaw.
Yeah, you'd go Kershaw.
Yeah,
so most
I feel more
Kershaw's
comfortable
that
throwing
guy.
Stone. We talked about this earlier, but Stone piggybacking Kershaw would make good sense in a game 4.
It makes the most sense because you just can't have Kershaw pitch out of the pen at this point.
Yeah. So they're anyway. I think that's interesting. Bullpen. I actually think the bullpen is okay now.
So do I.
I mean, Travis wrote the team. Travis has already predicted the Dodgers will not win the World Series because of their bullpen.
He's out now. He's not allowed to say that they're going to win the World Series anymore, no matter what happens.
No,
Everybody
you can't.
Healthy.
You cannot reverse your pick.
He picked it on
Believe
July
me,
16th.
I never reverse any of my picks.
Never. You've never done that.
I never change my mind. I never pull the old El Foldo.
That's funny.
If he changes, Radio Michael fan better have a Travis El Foldo tracker on.
Exactly. All right. Coming up next, it is the anniversary of the end of, I think, one of the most important shows of my childhood. That is coming up next for you. In the meantime, it is the 11th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. This is next Friday. Proceeds benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Once again, the event is sold out for golf. Special thanks to Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit cachoosechill.com to learn more. All right, coming up next for you.
I got a good one.
You got a good one?
I got a good one.
Okay.
Remember yesterday we were talking about how we don't have a punishment for finishing last in fantasy football?
Yes.
I found an article that lists 8 punishments that don't involve money.
Okay.
All right, I'll ask you which one you would least like to do.
Okay, we'll do that coming up next. Then we got a little game of games coming at you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, did you know it can take up to 11 weeks on average for an open position? That's 2.5 months. You don't have 2.5 months. Stop waiting and use ZipRecruiter. Right now you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter has an algorithm that uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers. 4 out of 5 who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Just go to that exclusive web address to try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Join the Roger Dunn Golf Shop's Labor Day sale from August 30th to September 2nd. Enjoy 25% off Adidas and Ben Hogan apparel and 20% off select golf bags. Get custom fit for the new Callaway Apex irons, plus 50% bonus trade-in on your purchase. Book your fitting in-store or online today. Home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee, proudly serving golfers since 1963. Roger Dunn Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bus blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
So, John,
would you be mine?
in 2001,
23 years ago,
this week was the end of the Mr. Rogers Show. Fred Rogers retired.
Really?
This
It's been
week
off the air that long.
in 2001. Now, I grew up on Mr. Rogers. I mean, he was such a nice guy with the sweater.
Did you like the
and
Tom Hanks
shoes.
movie?
I did. I loved
thought
the
it was
Tom
good.
Hanks movie. There's a documentary, too, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is fantastic. It's by the same guy that did 20 Feet from Stardom.
Oh, wow. I
Morgan
love that.
Neville. It's a
Yeah, I
great
love that
documentary about Mr. Rogers. But I've said this before, but everybody has fancy commencement speakers, famous people and actors. And
Was Mr.
politicians.
Rogers yours?
Mr. Rogers was my commencement speaker at Bowling Green State University, which was so cool.
Mine was Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett is a great choice.
Yeah, she was great.
Bergman, what about you?
I loved Mr. Rogers.
Did you ever graduate from college?
No.
Okay,
we're not trying
God,
to. Yeah,
I'm not trying to embarrass
That's not.
you.
That's
We're
not
just
important.
asking like commencement speakers.
Oh
like,
yeah, so I didn't, and also my commencement. We didn't have one at my high school, so no.
That like I've seen some great commencement speeches. Oprah gave a great one at Stanford.
Oh,
a
yeah.
few years ago.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin gave a great one.
I bet he did.
Yeah. You know who? One of the best commencement speeches I've ever heard, and it's on YouTube.
Okay.
USC has a business school, and at one point, I don't know if she has this job or not anymore, but Willow Bay, Bob Iger's wife.
I remember her, yeah.
She used to host Inside Stuff with Ahmad Rashad.
Yep.
She was running the business school at USC, and she asked Maverick Carter to give the commencement speech, who runs all LeBron's companies. He just kills it. If you're looking to hear a really good commencement speech, and basically the heart of his speech is that don't limit yourself in life. For example, like you and I are sportscasters.
Yes.
Be more. His thing was be more than.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Be more than a sportscaster. Okay.
Right.
You've conquered sportscasting.
Right.
It's the way you make a living. It's not. It doesn't define you.
Right.
Be more. You'll see LeBron every once in a while wear a sweatshirt that says "more than an athlete," which is a clutch thing.
Sure.
But Maverick's whole speech for like 20 minutes is, what else can you affect?
Yeah.
What else can you do? How else can you help people? Be more, whatever you think you are, Be more than.
Yeah, that's
that.
good.
And
That's
it's really good.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of more than, you can listen to the Culture Pop podcast right now.
Good example.
With Katie O'Brien, one of the stars
Jacob's
of Twisters. Go to the YouTube channel, Culture Pop Podcast YouTube channel, or on Apple, Spotify. Check it out. By the way, Willow Bay, still the dean of the USC Annenberg School for Communications and Journalism.
Right, so I was a little bit off. I said business school.
Right.
That's where Maverick gave the commencement speech, and it's great.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to watch, to be inspired, you're looking for somebody that's going to get you off your butt and to do some stuff, watch that.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I teased this earlier. Yesterday we were talking about the fact that Mason and I have been in the same fantasy football league for 20-plus years. The name of Mason's team is Last Place Mace.
Yes.
He's finished last more than anyone else in the league.
Correct.
But the last 2 years, you have not finished last.
No, I actually finished in the money last year.
What place did you finish in?
5th.
No, I finished 5th.
Oh.
Tyler actually finished 5th. Producer Tyler took over my team. I think you were 3rd or 4th.
Oh, was I? Okay,
I think.
That's good.
What are you drafting this year? Do you know? That would tell me.
Near the
I'm drafting 8th.
I'm drafting near
5th.
the bottom.
That means you finish, like, if you're drafting 12th, that means you won it. 11th, that means you finished 2nd. 10th, 3rd. 9th, 4th. 8th, 5th. So somewhere, if you look up where you're drafting, that'll tell you. Anyway, we've never had in our league an embarrassment bet for the guy who finishes dead last. No. Mason and I have done stuff. Like, I had to wear a bunny suit in here one day, and Greg, didn't I have to hop everywhere instead of walk?
Yes, that is correct.
You had to hop down to Dan Zempillo's office.
It was Sam.
It was Sam's office?
Yeah.
You had to hop to Sam's office. You had to go downstairs.
I had to hop down to Starbucks. And I had to,
everywhere you went, you had to hop.
I had to hop.
That was such a great bet. I love that.
So that's an example of an embarrassment. Mason had to shave an eyebrow off.
Had to shave an eyebrow.
Laura tried.
Mason had to. Greg had to wear. I don't know why.
A romp him
to a Laker game.
Yeah, to a Laker game. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
anyway,
own that too. It was great.
Here, USA Today has an example of 8 punishments. You just tell me whether or not you would consider even doing them.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, an eating challenge. All right.
I'm in.
No, here's the deal.
Oh, okay.
You finish last.
Yep.
You have to spend 24 hours in a McDonald's. There are some McDonald's that are open 24 hours.
Right.
You have to finish last, and if you do, the only way you can shave time off of that 24 hours is to eat the food. For example, you eat a quarter pounder with cheese, shaves off 45 minutes. You eat a Big Mac, shaves off an hour. Quarter pounder with cheese and bacon, another 45 minutes. A regular hamburger, one of those small hamburgers, 25 minutes.
I could kill 3
Filet
Big
of
Macs
fish,
like
45 minutes. 10 McNuggets, 30 minutes. Fries, 30 minutes. Apple slices, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
If you go in the ball pit for 5 minutes, you save 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm totally in there.
You should get like 3 hours because those things are disgusting.
Right.
Ball pits?
I talked about this, remember?
They are gross.
Greg, would you eat or just go stay there for 24 hours and not eat?
I would stay as long as I can. Well, first of all, I'd sit down and eat as much as I can so I'm not like dying and take that off. And
But
then I'll
eat
just
the
sit there.
high value items.
Yeah, the
like
high
a Big
value-
Mac is an hour.
Well,
All right,
I'd eat a lot of chicken nuggets because, you can still get 30 minutes at a time. Yeah.
This is a good one. This similar to me having to wear the bunny suit. They made a guy go to a cove at a beach, a fairly well-populated beach, and dress as a mermaid and pop in and out of the water for 3 hours.
I think that one's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
And they've got
3 hours? You're in a
look-
pool for your 3 hours? It's fine.
Look at this, Mace. See the guy in the mermaid costume? Yes. And he
Go to Del Mar.
Yeah, there he is. And he's got all these kayakers around him.
Oh, God.
But he had to pop in and out of the water.
You know,
so
I wouldn't do that
all right,
one.
now,
You know,
based
by the way,
based
you know
on
why
those two, you'd rather do the food one?
Well, I like the other one, but the problem is like your feet are together in that.
I
the
gotta
mermaid.
be
Okay, how about
honest.
this one, Mace?
Sharks. I mean,
Go,
the McDonald's.
go to a
get 3
Dodger
hours.
game, sit in the outfield in a complete head-to-toe clown outfit with a sign around your neck that says, "I suck at fantasy football." Can you see this guy?
Yeah, I can see it.
Easy.
Full face paint.
I would do that one. I would do that one. That's
super
easy.
easy.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
You have full face paint. They don't even know who you are.
They don't even know. Right, you're anonymous.
You get to watch a
Anonymous,
Dodger game.
You're a mystery
Exactly.
clown guy.
You
All
have
right.
a wig on.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
This one's easy.
You have to, third one,
Red
you have to
nose.
go to a music audition
Okay.
and sing something.
Do it in a second.
In front of a whole bunch of people.
Do it in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not good, but I'll sing.
How about this one? Do you know what a recorder is? It's like a flute?
Yeah, it's a flute, yeah.
Okay. This guy had to play a recorder in public and open up a guitar case, and he couldn't leave until he earned $20.
Oh, that's great. Because somebody will come by and give you $20
But
to stop.
you can't tell them that.
Right.
Right.
You've got to just
say,
play.
I play for money. Play
I
the recorder.
play for money.
Play the recorder with your case open. You can put $1 in to let people know to put money in, but you cannot tell people why you're there, and you have to play until you get $20.
I'm playing the Promenade. 3rd Street Promenade. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Okay, a few more. Do a less important job at your workplace.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, Blue Jays. There was a Blue Jays
By the way,
pitcher.
I'd like to say all the jobs at our place are important.
I agree.
So you would basically in this place you'd have to be custodian for a day.
Yeah, I'll be.
You have to clean everybody's office, and you have to go you have to Lydia the bathrooms.
Lydia, right? I'll be Lydia. Sure.
All right, that one's not too bad. I think I could do that. I lost a bet to Travis like that once. We bet. Travis and I played golf.
Yes.
The loser had to do the winner's show, and the other guy got the day off.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to do a day where I came in and did the show with Keyshawn in the morning, and then came back and did the show later with you, and Travis got the day off.
Yeah, so
it was
you pulled
actually,
the double.
Yeah, it was actually fun.
I'm sure.
I had a good time, and Travis beat me. All right, now Dave Fleming is the Giants announcer.
Okay.
They have a fantasy football league at the Giants.
Okay.
He finished last, so he had to be the bat boy for a day. I actually think that would be fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
But he couldn't call the game.
He had
to be the bat boy.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so next one. This is perfect for me and you. We have to find somewhere in the city a dance performance and crash it and go on stage and dance. So, like,
you're crashing someone's dance performance?
No, what we could do, like, I know Jessica, the girl who runs the Laker Girls.
Yeah.
Somebody lost a bet on Mark and Brian once.
Yes.
And had to do this.
Okay.
You had to go out and do a routine with the Laker Girls. So
I think that's
awesome. It was like 20 Laker. They'll teach you the routine.
Right.
But you had to go out and do the routine with the Laker Girls, dressed like a Laker Girl.
I'd be all in on doing that. I'd do that with the Rams. I'd be one of their cheer people.
But it's less. It would be less awkward with the Rams because they already have male cheerleaders.
Correct.
There are no male Laker Girls
yet.
Okay. This one.
Yet. I don't even know what that means.
This one is fun.
Yeah.
You have to go back and take the SAT.
Oh, geez.
And report your score on the air.
I'm all in. Tell you what,
didn't you have an insane high SAT score?
I am smarter now than I was then.
No,
although
I think
Juan says I'm getting dumber by the day.
I think you would score less.
Yeah.
What were your scores?
1425.
Wow.
You know what mine was?
Yeah.
I had already been accepted to UCLA.
Yep.
I had to take the SAT. Okay. You get 400 just for writing your name.
Yeah.
Is that real? I thought that was all just a lie.
No. You get 200 for writing your name on the first page, 200 for writing your name on the second page. So you've never heard anyone score 0 on the SAT. That's
right.
why.
Just signing your name. Get you something.
I have a basketball game the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Playing high school basketball.
Yep.
We win, go out and celebrate. I oversleep the next day. I've got to be at the SAT in the chair at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I walk in at 8:20. I think I'm dead.
Right.
I look up, and the proctor for the SAT is our scorekeeper for the basketball team.
Wow.
So he was at the game
He's
the night
pulling a double.
before.
That's good.
He goes, you're not going to finish, but go ahead and try. And I go, I don't need to finish. I mean, I just need to take it.
Right.
My only time I took the SAT, they said your condition is, because I had a high GPA, I had like a 3.8 GPA.
Yeah.
Back now, that wouldn't get me in anywhere,
No.
but back then it did.
Not getting you to UCLA, that's for sure.
No, you need like a 4.8.
Yeah.
But so the guy goes, just keep an eye on the clock and do the best you can. So with about 20 minutes to go, I had like 35 questions left. So I just started filling them in. Got it all filled in. My total score, the only time I took the SATs, 860.
860
One of the
is
lowest SAT
not
scores.
high at all.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I was in.
Is that a real story, or you're just making up to make yourself feel better about getting the 860?
No, 860 is terrible.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
that's
it's bad.
not.
He's
that's
acknowledging
really bad.
that he had an 860, which is a terrible
two
score.
more. This would be great for us. You do better than I would do because you've been working out lately. Yep. Loser has to compete in a bodybuilding contest.
Oh, I'm all in. Are you kidding me?
These are the guys that are all. You would be by far 150 pounds lighter than anyone there. You see this? Look, it's like, see the regular bodybuilder and see this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's
that would
rough.
be that would be really good. Hey, Greg, have you locked up Matthew Berry for the coming year?
Yes, he's going to be
Okay.
on. He's going to let me know next week when he's going to be able to come on Thursday.
All right, so Matthew has a whole chapter in his book Fantasy Life about this, about weird fantasy. So we'll bring it up with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one.
Yep.
Loser has to build a raft. Any way you can build it out
Build
of
a
whatever.
raft?
Build a raft and row it across a body of water. So it has to be a functioning raft. Like, look at these guys. They basically just took a bunch of towels.
Oh, that's not bad.
But if your raft sinks, you
you're
have to
screwed.
live with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
So so those are 8. None of those are too bad.
No. I mean, there are some of them I think would be. Actually, some of them I think would be easy.
Would be fun.
Oh, clown paint? That's
fun.
an easy one. Easy one.
Yeah, none of those are necessarily more embarrassing than me in the bunny suit having to hop for a day.
None of those were really all that bad.
Or me with a shaved off eyebrow.
Yeah, not too bad. All right, we're running way over. We'll get Jacob in here and play Game of Games next.
Hey, Trojans kick off the season on Sunday in Vegas against LSU. Coverage starts at 2:30 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Presented by Invesco QQQ. Invesco QQQ is the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans. The future isn't scary. Not realizing its potential, however, could be. Invesco QQQ, let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Game of Games is next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Commerce Casino. You know I love playing poker. Huge, huge poker player. And you can always walk up and play in a tournament at Commerce. There are daily tournaments all the time. I like playing tournament. It's a way to not completely lose your ass playing poker if you do it in a tournament. I played Sunday night. Wasn't my best night, but you know what? It's always a good night at Commerce. This year, Commerce is paying out $20 million in jackpots. Great food at Commerce. Professional, friendly staff, beautiful hotel rooms, and as I said, daily tournaments. Commerce Casino located 6131 Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, visit commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I will see you at the Commerce. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Escape to paradise.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
is convenient no matter where you are. 877-753-8736.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text AREA to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. We welcome to the show the real deal, Jacob and Bronny. Jacob, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Excellent. You ready to win?
I'm ready.
All right.
Now, Greg claims, Jacob, that you have an excellent chance to win this game, just to finish anywhere but second. Okay? You were in that rut for a while.
All right. It's a good start.
All right.
Hello? Yes, welcome to the show.
All right.
That was not me.
It is Greg Bergman's game today.
that was me,
5 players.
Yep.
Brian, Laura, Mace, me, and Jacob. Greg, what do we got?
All right, so this is a very easy game. It's just a little game of get to know your Rams. It's either or.
Oh, Mason's going to win this.
No.
Okay.
Is this person on the Rams or in another entire industry?
Okay.
So
Ram or
entire
not.
industry. Okay, got it.
Or not. So,
All right.
So we're going down the depth chart here.
Yes, very much so. Lee Garlington. Is Lee Garlington a Ram or in something else, Mace?
Something else.
John.
Something else.
Jacob.
I will go with something else.
Brian.
Something else.
Laura.
Everybody said something else.
Yes.
I'll go a Ram.
Should have gone with everybody else. Lee Garlington is an actress that was in The Sum of All Fears.
That's so random.
Okay.
That is very random.
That's
what
the
made
most
it.
random name ever.
Yes, I went
Pepe.
to very well. Exactly. They're not
The horse.
All right, AJ Arcuri. AJ Arcuri, is that a Ram or someone else? John.
AJ Arcuri. I'm going to say someone else.
Okay, Jacob.
I'm going to say Ram.
Brian.
I'm also going to go Ram.
Laura.
Something else.
Mace.
I'm going to try Ram.
Ram is the right answer. However, he was just waived today.
Oh, he was
so
waived.
he could have gone on something. No, but he was. When I wrote this yesterday,
he was on the roster. So
Wait a
he's
minute,
been
that's
waived.
not a condition. He's not a Ram.
He's not a Ram.
anymore.
I think Laura and I can make an argument.
He
here.
was-
Jacob, you're a lawyer in a court of law. Who
Hold on.
wins?
In this game, it's either he was a Ram or from some other industry.
Right.
He was a Ram.
He was a Ram.
Was.
So he's a
Yeah,
Ram.
not
with
is.
Jacob.
But wait,
He's-
could I not
it's a-
argue, Jacob?
Can we both get
someone who's
points?
used to being in court.
No.
That he is now in another industry.
Is he
Yes.
gonna? Yeah, as long as you think he's never gonna play football again.
No, but he's not going to be
As
a
of
Ram.
right now,
He's
he
not a
is
Ram.
not a Ram.
As of right now, his
I
last
think
job was a
everybody
Ram.
should get a point.
I think we all should.
Okay, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna let Jacob decide.
Jacob, what's a fair
What is the
ruling
fair
here?
ruling?
should all get
Fair
a point.
ruling is when you wrote it, he was a Ram. We get the point.
But why don't Laura and I get
You
the
know
point?
what,
complaining?
Jacob,
You're
for that?
complaining. You
no,
both are
I'm
complaining.
not
Oh, yeah,
complaining.
there's a lot of
I'm not
complaining,
complaining.
No, I'm
just
stating our
saying-
case.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for
Case
that.
has been ruled on. Jacob Barani
Yes.
ruled
All
on
right,
it.
so
Jacob
Brian
ruled, so are we
gets
going
it,
more?
Mace gets it, and Jacob gets
Yes.
it, right?
Mace?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Jacob
fine.
and Brian.
Okay.
Jacob, you might end up second on this one.
Uh-oh.
Number 3, Mike Haggerty. Mike Haggerty. Jacob, is he a Ram or something else?
He's a Ram.
Okay, Brian.
Ram.
Laura.
Ram.
Mace.
Something else.
I'm with Mace. Something else.
Something else. He was an actor on Overboard in 1987.
Again,
I wasn't even born.
The most obscure.
I
Overboard with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I just wanted names.
I'd like to point out, I accurately predicted the Rams season ticket holder would do well, and Mason's 3 for 3. All right?
I'm 0, right?
I'm just putting out the yes.
These are all names.
A Romo is possible
I might
for
do it.
Laura.
Oh, gosh.
All
I
right,
might
number
do
4.
it.
Number 4. Lewis Latimer. Is that a Ram or something else? Brian.
That's Ram.
Okay, Laura.
Something else.
Mace.
Ram.
John.
Ram.
Jacob.
Ram.
He is something else.
Ah!
Lewis Latimer is an inventor. He improved toilet systems for railroad cars.
Is Laura the only one who got that?
Yes.
Laura's the
So
only
the
one who got
Romo's
that.
dead.
The Romo's dead.
I honestly thought he was a Ram, so I was like, oh, something else. Well,
All right, number 5. You're starting this one. Brennan Jackson. Brennan Jackson. Laura, Ram or something else?
that sounds like a football player's name. Let's go with a Ram.
Okay, Mace.
Ram.
John.
Ram.
Jacob.
Ram.
Brian.
Ram.
He is a Ram. He's a backup right outside linebacker.
Yep. The old backup right outside linebacker.
Okay,
All
let
right,
me
so
get a score
everyone got
update.
that one.
Mason 4, Brian, John, Jacob 3, Laura 2.
Ooh, it's wide open.
It is very close. Laurel Murchison. Laurel Murchison. Is that a Ram or something else? We go back to Mace.
Something else.
John.
I've never. You know what? I need to make up a point on Mace. I'll go Ram.
Jacob.
I will go something else as well.
Brian.
Ram.
And Laura.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to go something else.
He is a Ram.
Ooh,
Oh.
So
really?
He is the backup defensive tackle.
All right,
Huh,
so.
never heard of him.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Right.
We're down the depth chart here.
Okay, so right now the score is Brian 4, John 4, Mace 4, Jacob 3, Laura 2.
Wow.
Okay, so
good.
it's very, very close. Laura, there's only 8, so Laura, you have to get both of these.
Okay.
Number 7, and start with John here. You guys are tied. Russell Kirk. Russell Kirk.
Russell Kirk.
Ram or something else?
I'm going something else.
Okay, Jacob? Or no, Mace.
Something else.
Jacob.
I am going to go Ram.
Brian.
Something else.
Laura.
Something else.
Something else is the right answer. He is a political philosopher. That is
Where did you get
Brian,
these
did you get
names?
Did, yeah.
I did.
I think
I wanted
everybody
people that
except,
sounded like they could be on the
except for
Rams
me.
depth
Except for-
chart
yeah, except for
that did
Jacob.
other things.
Greg, how many are left?
Last one.
Okay, so Laura and Jacob are out.
Sorry, Jacob. I had
I
faith
thought
in
I
you.
could make. You said if I get both, I could be in.
Well, you only have 3, and Mace I have 5.
Oh, yeah. You got to go
No.
opposite of them
Oh.
to get it. Yeah.
I got it right though.
No,
Okay,
you
so
did.
it's just me and Ireland,
Yes,
right?
it
Head to
goes
head.
Head to head. Oh, no, Brian's
Me
in there.
too.
No,
Brian's
Don't
in
forget
there
about
too.
me now.
Sorry,
Okay,
about
Brian,
all go
and
together.
we're tied.
Yes.
Okay.
The last one is Tyler Davis. Tyler Davis, and we'll start with Brian on this one.
Boy, that sounds like a football player.
Something else.
Mace.
Tyler Davis. Ram.
John.
I'm also going Ram.
Ram is the right answer. He is the backup nose tackle. So
Okay.
you're tied. I have a tiebreaker.
A tiebreaker,
Okay,
all right.
so
something
with-
to write with, something to write
Okay.
on.
How old was political philosopher Russell Kirk when he died?
Oh, my God.
Did Chat GPT
By the
write
way,
this?
can
No,
I just say,
absolutely not.
This is actually a very good game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a very good game.
Thank you.
All right,
So
so
random.
Closest. Not closest without going over. It's just closest.
Okay.
all right, what'd you write down?
70.
I wrote down 83.
Ooh, the winner is, it's close, but it's Mason's the winner. It was 75.
Wait,
He was born
75,
from
I said
1918
70.
to 1994. You
Yeah,
said
so you were
70?
5 off. I was 8 off.
Yeah. Mason is the winner. And he gets 2 points for that one.
So what is the score now for this month?
You want me to do it?
Sure.
Or-
Did you do it?
I did it. I did it.
Sure.
So Bergman 3, Ireland 2, I have 4, Brian has 1, Kasim has 1, Andy has 1, DeMarco has 1, Pepe has 2, DeAndre has 1, and Mace has 3.
Okay.
Oh, I've got 3.
So you
Yeah,
got a
'cause
chance
you
to
got
take the
a
lead
2.
tomorrow.
Oh.
And tomorrow, Michael and Pepe are in.
Is it Michael's game or is it
Yes.
potpourri?
It's Michael's.
Michael's game, okay.
Because Pepe
Oh, I'm
said,
so
I
jealous.
want to win.
Well, Pepe's got a chance. He's got 2.
Yeah,
if
Pepe
he
has
wins
2.
tomorrow, he's
He goes
Tied.
to 4 and he ties Laura.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
he can get a share of the lead.
So,
Brian,
Jacob,
I need
Jacob,
you to
I'm
win.
disappointed with your ruling. I want to get back to
Me
that.
too.
let's get back to that.
Now,
Me
wait
too.
a minute. So
Let's talk about it.
Letter of the law. All right. Greg said this is either a Ram or someone in another industry. All right. This guy was cut yesterday.
But he's not in
he was
another
cut,
industry.
No, he was cut this morning.
Cut today.
Cut this
Okay.
morning.
I wrote
And
it
so
yesterday.
at the time of the game, at 3:50, he was not a Ram.
Right.
By the letter of the law, how do Laura and I not get a point?
So the way I look at it is when that game was written.
But that is not what we're arguing.
Right.
With the game, we're in court now.
Right.
We're in court.
When that game was written, the purpose of it was to know whether when the game was written he was a Ram or not, right?
Right.
Correct?
Yes.
And there's nothing for us to show he was in another industry, correct?
But he is as we speak.
I would
In
like to
another
point
industry?
out that he's still listed on the Rams depth chart.
Wait,
He
did
may
he
even
make
cut.
did he make the practice squad?
Did he make the practice squad, Bergman?
He may have, but he was cut and I think he's not coming back. Let me. I got it right here.
All right, cut and not coming back. Sorry,
no,
AJ.
Jacob. What
No,
is
he is waived, no recall.
no recall?
AJR
So he's out of
Curry.
he's off the team. Could I not? Would your ruling in your
Honest, yeah,
lingo?
go ahead, yeah.
Would your ruling stand up on appeal?
I was just going to say you have a right to appeal.
Yeah.
I would like to appeal.
Right? You have a
Laura
right
and
to
I
appeal.
are appealing.
Okay, so who do we appeal to?
We don't have another.
I'm
lawyer.
done.
So
By the way,
Jacobs-
Laurel
Jacobs-
Murchison is on the reserve.
who is going
injured
to
list.
affirm Jacob's ruling? We need.
Somebody out there's got to be a lawyer. Hit us
Oh,
up.
let me call Christian's sister or brother. Hold on.
Oh yeah, call Christian's
Yeah,
brother.
that won't be till.
That's what we got.
They're both lawyers.
Boo's brother.
They're both lawyers.
All right. So Jacob, what's new, man? What's happening?
All's good.
Yeah?
All's good. You know, we're rolling into September. Sports starting.
So here's the thing. There's this new thing called COSM.
I was listening to you yesterday talking about it.
Why don't you? If you're open on Sunday, you should come to
Where is it?
COSM. It's in Inglewood. It's right by SoFi.
Oh, okay.
And the SC game's going to be on against LSU.
That's
and
what I heard. And you
it's
feel like you're right
wall-to-wall-
there from
you're
all
in
angles.
You're in the game. So
That's
you're
awesome.
invited if you can make it
I
on
appreciate
Sunday.
it. That would be great.
Cool. All right. Hey, thanks for coming in, as always.
Jacob, I'm
Appreciate
having a
it.
party at my house in Idaho on Sunday to watch the USC game. You're invited to that, too.
Yeah.
All right?
I bet you're going to be watching the USC
I am.
game.
I
Are you
am.
really?
I know. I'm having a bunch of people over.
Really?
I am. Yeah, it's USC LSU. It's a great game.
It's a great game, yeah.
And I hear the line is shrinking.
Shrinking down to. Is it down to 4 now? It's down to 4.5.
Yeah,
Is it moved
I
again?
heard 4.
Wow.
It
So
could
it's
be 4 now.
It's
I don't
getting
know.
tight.
You know what? It's a good way to see how they do. It's the first game.
Yes, exactly.
So we're looking forward to
Good
it.
bench, good measuring stick.
Yes.
All right. Hey, great seeing you, man. Thank you very much. Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. He is the real deal. Oh, there are other people out there, but you want Jacob. He is the guy, my personal friend. He's helped me, myself, when I was involved in an incident. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call jacob.com. Thanks,
Thank you.
Jacob.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Time
Jacob.
for some super crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
No love boat today.
No, no Sedano, no Cap. It's Andy Kamenetsky and Beto. Andy, have you ever been a lawyer or have you played one on TV?
Never, in either case.
Yeah.
Settle a dispute.
Sure.
Okay. In this game we just played, Greg gave us a list of people that are either Rams or somebody who's not
In
a
the
Ram.
industry.
Okay? That
Okay.
was the way he
Sure.
positioned it.
Ram, no Ram.
Right. One of the
No chairs.
Okay. One of the names on the list was cut this morning. Laura and I said he's not a Ram. Mace and Brian
and
Jacob all said he is a Ram. Jacob ruled in favor of himself. I would argue that if he was cut this morning, at the time Greg asked the question, he was not a Ram. Should Laura and I be entitled to a point?
Point of clarification. I wrote the game yesterday.
True.
Right. So as of the writing of the game.
But that's not what matters is when we play the game.
One detail only that will settle it.
Okay.
Were all-time Rams allowed in this game?
No.
I chose people on the depth
So it
chart.
had to be current
Yes.
Rams.
Correct.
Then Ireland wins.
Yep. See.
Yes.
Although you didn't say current Rams.
I didn't.
You
I just said Ram or not. I only
Ram or
chose
no Ram?
current
He
Rams.
said Ram or not a Ram. Who's the name in question?
AJ Curry.
He was.
Okay,
and
he was a Ram
backup,
yesterday. He's not a Ram
right,
today.
left tackle.
At the time we played the game, he was not a Ram. I would argue Laura and I are entitled to a point.
I agree.
Unless Greg specifically said and laid out the game where Jack Youngblood was.
No, there were no former Rams in it.
It was not specified.
Beto, what do you think?
Everybody should have had a point.
So when you ask the question, is he a Ram?
Is he a Ram or not a Ram?
Ram or in another industry?
Is he a Ram? Yes or no?
No.
That's the question.
And when he asked the question, no.
No.
But
Then
yesterday when he wrote it, he was.
He wrote
I
the
don't care
game
about
yesterday.
Who cares about yesterday?
Oh no,
I
because
wrote it
that's
yesterday.
what
What
was
about right
written
now?
yesterday.
Yeah, but no, Greg, it's the time of the game
no,
that
but
matters.
at the time of writing, it was
Well,
an accurate.
Who cares about
Okay,
time of
here's how
writing?
I would
No,
settle
that's
it.
not
Here's
our
how
problem.
I would settle it.
No, it's right now.
If Greg had said Ernest Jones, the answer would obviously be no. He's not a Ram.
That is a great point.
He's clearly
That
not
is
a
a
Ram.
trunk
Well,
slammer
he's a Titan.
But it wouldn't.
But he's not a Ram.
But it wouldn't matter. You wrote the list yesterday. Ernest Jones was a
And
Ram
I would
yesterday.
actually argue, Greg, in the case of
Today-
Ernest Jones, you mentioned these words specifically in another industry. Ernest Jones is just a football player. This other guy's out of a job.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, he's not in another industry.
But he's not in another industry.
But my point
Yes,
is,
he is.
nobody.
H.R. Curry is still going to be a football player.
Nobody would classify Ernest
wait a
Jones
minute.
now as a Ram.
Do we know a judge? Brian Cranston, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, that's perfect.
Also, guys,
Brian would settle this.
Wait, what did Jacob say?
Jacob said he shouldn't
Jacob
have.
voted for him as a Ram,
Yeah,
so he
Jacob-
voted for himself.
Yeah, Jacob.
It was a
Well, I
conflict
agree
of
with
interest.
Conflict of
Yeah,
interest. though.
exactly.
But Jacob also said Laura and I could appeal.
Then yes, Jacob.
We've had one attorney weigh in on this.
But we need a judge.
Jacob.
We need a judge, right?
Where's Aaron?
We need an arbiter. Has anyone ever been a judge?
Jacob
I've been
is
on
fair
jury
and
on
honest,
it.
and he would never do something just
Do
to
we
benefit
know
himself.
any retired judges?
Yeah, no lawyer would
I
ever do
don't
that.
know what's
Judge Wapner, is
Yeah,
he still alive?
I believe
Can we
he's
get-
Judge Judy. Let's
He's
go.
Oh,
moved
how
on.
great would it be if we could get Judge
I actually
Judy?
have a contact to Judge.
That's $40 million. Not to
And
say
by the
no.
way, Greg, if this gets reversed, I get those 2 points because it never would have been a tiebreaker.
That would be. We can't reverse
If
it.
we
It
can
was
get-
my game.
No, no.
I made the decision.
But
It's
wait,
done.
Mason
wins.
Wait, respect
Senora Laura.
Oh, wait,
that
Mason-
lady?
Respect the bit.
Mason
Respect
wins.
If we can get Judge Judy to rule before the end of the week,
If
will you
we can
accept
get
her
Judge-
rule?
Wow.
Yes, if we can get Judge Judy before the end of the week, I will accept her
to
ruling.
Judge Judy. Weirdly,
So this benefits Mace?
It benefits Mace right now has the 2 points. If Judge Judy rules for me, I get the 2 points.
No, we want Team Ireland.
Wait, no, he's
Come
the one
on
that said that he couldn't come in because there's too many chairs.
But Ireland
Or
does
not
no,
enough chairs.
Ireland does no wrong.
Well, here's
Get that right.
Here's
He
the
did
problem.
yesterday.
Wait, Ireland would be
gonna
tied with
say
me.
this.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Let's not-
Ireland. They're Irish. Let's go.
Judge Judy's person has an AOL address. Probably
Does she
That
go through
tracks.
dial-up
AIDS,
too?
I would imagine.
That's
That's
the
the,
spam account.
okay, that's the second time this has come up. An AOL address has come up this week. Listen to this. So the other night I'm at the Dodger game, okay, and I'm interviewing all those Laker legends on top of the dugout, and they're all throwing out the first pitch. So I have to wait till they throw out the first pitches in order for us to go up to our suite where we're watching the game. So the umpires walk out, and I know one Major League Baseball umpire, but I've never met him. Bill Miller.
Yeah.
Bill Miller.
Mueller.
Bill Miller and I were in the same fraternity at UCLA, but
No
I'm
way.
5 years older than him. So we know all of the same people, but we've never met. We've exchanged texts and emails over the years. So I walk up to him at home plate. I go, Bill, John Ireland. And he goes, no way. He goes, we got to start the game. I can't, we have no, we had no time to talk. Just wanted to say hello. I go, I'm going to write Bill a note. Okay. So I go back to write him a note. I pull up his AOL email address. He has not responded. Not surprising. I'm guessing he upgraded his email.
My parents just.
But if anybody out there knows Bill Miller, tell him I'm looking to hook. The note I wrote was, hey, if you ever want to come to a Laker game, let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do a favor, but I couldn't get him.
My parents just recently joined the Gmail world, having abandoned their mindspring.com
Wow.
email address. Yes. Yes.
That is old school.
You were the first guy I knew that got a Gmail because
Really?
when it was transitioning, you're like, hey,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have this Gmail. What is this Gmail thing? I still have my Hotmail because that's where all my spam emails go to.
Mine's an MSN. I'm a dinosaur.
You are.
But,
You are.
but it's
MSN
not
is
as
old.
bad as AOL.
AOL. My mom's still AOL.
You know who else has an AOL email address? Bill Simmons.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think at this point he's committed to the bit of just having it.
So can I just say,
you got 45
Andy,
seconds.
By the way, was Judge Judy on Culture Pop at some point? Is that why you
yes,
ever? Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm emailing her right now. So
You're serious?
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, if
Andy,
we get Judge Judy, it'll be worth the bet,
it'll
even
totally
if I
worth
lose.
a bet.
Yeah. It's like, really?
This is her person. It's been a long time. Blah, blah, blah.
Like,
still-
by the way, she still does the show, right? It's not syndicated anymore.
You're really into it.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously doing it.
No, if we get Judge Judy, I will accept her ruling no matter what.
Okay, good.
Man.
By the way, I want to shame you quickly before you go, Andy. What are you doing wearing a Cardinals T-shirt?
He's from St. Louis. From St.
I know,
Louis.
but this is
I grew up watching.
I know, but you're not credible talking about the Dodgers, are you? Wearing a
a
Cardinals
football-
T-shirt, the Cardinals
This is a
football shirt.
Oh,
Cardinals.
I thought it was the baseball
You
Cardinals.
didn't see the football in
I
his right
didn't.
hand?
I just caught a little bit of it.
All right, have a good show, boys.
That's
412.
all right.
Let's
This
go.
is not Fredbird, it's Redbird. There's a
Redbird.
difference.
Okay, got it. Hey, I can't find my button.
Oh, it's the AOL one.
There it is.